The RoCo Radio Pregame Show brought to you by Cooler Ice, featuring your McMichael Phoenix in the state championship series, will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's the rematch, West Wilkes versus your McMichael Phoenix, and the Cooler Ice pregame show in 1 minute. It's the Cooler Ice pregame show getting underway in just under 30 seconds as we bring you McMichael versus West Wilkes and the 3A State Championship Series on the Softball Diamond. The following is a presentation of RoCo Radio Sports. The rematch.
It's hit high and deep. Right field, way back. Gone! It's out of here for Cora Eagle, number 13 on the season. The biggest one of the year. 3-run bomb here in the third.
Last season's game of the year.
Here's the 2-1 from Madden. That's hit high and far. Right field, way back to the tree line for Cora Eagle. Home run number 2 of the game. We are tied. We're not going anywhere. Southern settles in for the first pitch of the at-bat with a run around second. Hits a deep fly ball, left field, way back at the fence. It's out of here! Ellie Simmons gives the Phoenix the lead. A 2-run shot as she rounds third and heads in. Mobbed at home plate by her teammates.
West Wilkes versus McMichael. The best 12 innings in softball last season.
Hit hard in the outfield, center field, and deep for Fletcher. It's out of here! Clear the fence for Courtney Fletcher! 7-6 Phoenix as she jogs around third. Her first hit of the postseason is out of here. Kelsey Madden offers, that's hit deep into center field, way back at the fence. It's gone into the trees! Lindsay Redmond, home run number 11, her second of the playoffs. Gives her team a 2-run lead. Cora Engel is in. Here comes Redmond. She stops on home plate, and we have a lead here at West Wilkes, 9-7. Home run number 5 of the game for the Phoenix offense. Ground ball gets past Wilson at short. And Woodruff will come to score the winning run. Game over. What heart from this McMichael team. They left it all out there. Nothing to be ashamed of. But sometimes the cards you're dealt are just not fair in life. But it's how you respond to them and how you adjust moving forward. This Phoenix team will move forward.
After the grueling loss last year, there was no doubt that your Phoenix would be back where they belong. Now the defending champ Blackhawks take on your McMichael Phoenix yet again. This time a best-of-3 series to determine who is the state champion of the 3A in 2026.
Miller infield playing at the cut of the grass. Adams at second and Booth at short. That's ripped deep into the outfield and left field. Back to the fence. It's over it. A home run. Send it out of here, Ava Harris. Middle of the rubber. Here's the offering down the plate. High fly ball.
Boy.
Deep left center field. Way back and gone for Lindsey Redmond. It's Bombtown, USA on a Friday night. Here's the 1-1 from Campbell to Engel. That's driven deep into center field.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, softball.
Now it's the matchup we've all been waiting for. The 3A State Championship Series. The Blackhawks of West Wilkes at 25-1. Your McMichael Phoenix at 24-4. Tonight's broadcast of the 3A State Championship Series is brought to you by Cooler Ice. Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Cooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan at 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart, right next to Dalton McMichael High School across the way. Visit our local Cooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville at 1509 South Scale Street or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Cooler Ice, great tasting, fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons at Cooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. The Lady Phoenix are ready. We are ready for Game 1 of the NCHSAA 3A Softball State Championship Series, live from UNCG Softball Field on the campus of the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. Coming up, it's your Cooler Ice pregame show and your North Star Driving School Keys to the Game. We bring you down to the field for tonight's Call of the Game and your Cooler Ice pregame show. Here's Jay Ramey and Jonathan Hatley.
Hello and welcome into the RoCo Radio Pregame show. McMichael softball took on West Wilkes last year in the state quarterfinals. West Wilkes wins it in 12 innings by just 1 run and goes on to win the 2A softball crown. They're here defending their softball crown this year against the team that took them to the limit, and they're the only softball team left defending a title from last year and looking to go back-to-back. Jonathan Hatley here with me, Joe Dexter as well. How are you doing, fellas?
I'm doing great, Jay. Looking forward to this big-time matchup. You know, rematch from last year, a 12-inning epic between 2 softball teams, and neither team really has changed a lot from last year. I think West Wilkes had 1 senior last year. McMichael had 1 or 2. I mean, this is essentially a rematch between the same 2 teams.
Maddie Fletcher, the only player not with West Wilkes this year, and a star in her own right at App State, starting things off with a home run this season. Good stats for the Mountaineers. But, yeah, this is a matchup made in heaven for softball fans. That matchup that these 2 teams had last year, 12 innings back and forth in Miller's Creek. It was the best game I've ever called, and I've called many games over the last 20 years. It was the resiliency of the Phoenix who always fight, and I imagine we're going to see that in this series. This offense, yeah, it's been the story. It was the story last year in the 3rd round against West Wilkes. The bomb squad, Cora Engel with the home run in the 3rd to take the lead. She tied it in the 7th inning as well with a solo shot, with Lindsey Redmond a home run as well, and Courtney Fletcher in extra innings, giving the Phoenix a chance. But there's a different pitcher inside the circle. It's the same name, it's the same number, but the West Carolina commit, Lindsey Redmond, has figured it out her junior year. I look forward to seeing what she does here on the big stage here at UNCG.
It's a huge moment for her, huge moment for these Fighting Phoenix. The fans showed up to support, making the 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive from western Rockingham County. They filled the stands as we are here on the Cooler Ice pregame show. If you're looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are, Cooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Cooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville, located at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden, located at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Cooler Ice. Great tasting fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Cooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. So we did an interview with Bob Casto prior to the game. Let's check in on what he had to say ahead of the biggest game he's ever coached. Our first state championship appearance in school softball history. Coach, how's it feel?
It feels good. It's a combination of a lot of feelings, nervous, anxious, excited, all those things.
What's your team feeling like? Same thing?
Yeah, same thing. They seem pretty loose. All that could get a little different as the game time approaches, but they seem to be in a good frame of mind.
And, this is a rematch from last year. It's an insane battle between these two teams. What do you think is going to stay the same with last year, and then what do you think is going to be a little different about this game?
Same, but intensity. Both teams are going to bring it. Both teams get after it at the plate, swing the bats. Hard to tell what's going to be different because you never know what you're going to get with a softball game, so we'll see how it plays out.
What are you trying to emphasize to your team leading up to this big game?
Live in the moment, have fun, soak it up, enjoy every minute they're out here. Never know when you get to have this kind of experience in your life, so just make sure they're living in the moment and don't leave any regrets on the field.
What's your team looking to do early in this ball game?
Score. It'd be great to score early. Takes a lot of the tension out, and we get to hit first, so hopefully we can get on the board. We'll get ahead with Lindsay on the mound. I feel pretty good about it.
And what are you looking to see specifically from Lindsay?
Just keep doing what she's doing, getting ahead in the count, and then making them hit her pitch. You don't want to fall behind to where they can sit on something in the middle.
What's it feel like going into a game 1 as opposed to a game 2 after playing that series last week?
I think this is a totally different level than last week. I think last week we've been so close to that. I almost feel like more relaxed in this one. Okay. Because that was kind of like we were so close to that level for several years, and now we're here, so we can kind of just relax and let it fly.
Any final thoughts?
I'm just ready to play.
Yeah. All right, that's Coach Casto of the McMichael Fighting Phoenix. Thank you, Coach. So that's what Coach Casto thinks about this upcoming game. You can tell they're nervous, but cautiously confident is what I would call it.
And they should be, right, Jay? I mean, they've
Absolutely.
earned this.
Absolutely.
From the last few years, we were talking about it in the pregame before we set up, talking with Coach Casto, talking with both Coach Castos, in the fact that the last few years, we talked about the West Wilkes game, West Stanley a couple of years ago, Southwestern Randolph. They've played the toughest of the toughest. They deserve to be here. Last year, they deserved a chance to be here in what could have been the quintessential state championship game in the third round. I look forward to seeing how they respond to being here on the big stage.
Absolutely, I do as well. So we've got the North Star Driving School keys to the game coming up next. North Star guides you 1 mile at a time by providing help for drivers of all ages. They've been serving the Piedmont to the coast for over 10 years. Beginner drivers can start their journey with confidence and hands-on training for real-life driving situations, and refresher lessons are also available for those looking to brush up on skills and build confidence. Safety today, drive tomorrow with skills for life. Thanks to North Star Driving School, now offering Level 2 driving tests for teens. Give us a call today at 336-432-0043. That's 336-432-0043, or visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/North Star Drivers Education. North Star Driving School, patient, professional, and focused on you. So Hatley, what do you say the keys to the game are for McMichael going up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series?
Well, first things first. They're the first team up. They got the first at bat, being the visiting team. You got to get the bats going early. The 1, 2, 3 hitters of Olivia Wilson, Cora Engel, and Lindsay Redmond. That's a little bit of a change from what Coach Casto had gone with earlier in the season. You know, he had Ava Harris hitting up there in the 2 spot, had Engel in the 3, Redmond in the 4. He's trying to get Engel and Redmond some extra at-bats. Redmond hitting 471, Engel hitting 518. So, that's 2 players that you definitely want to get their hands on the bat as much as possible. So I see the reason for him moving them up in the lineup.
For me, it's rather simple. It's going to be topsy. It's going to be turvy. It's going to be like you're driving in the mountains. There's going to be valleys. There's going to be peaks in this game. You got to stay even-keeled. That's what they did against this squad on the road last year. Big moments means big players step up and make big plays. I see that 210 mark out in center field. We're going to see that a lot tonight. I got a feeling.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the offense. I think Lindsey Redmond's taking a step up. I think the score from last year's game can be misleading for how high scoring it was just because it went 12 innings long. So I think Lindsey just pitches her game. She doesn't have to be perfect, and the offense does well. I looked at some of the stats, and they're just crazy. When the offense for McMichael has scored more than 2 runs, they're 24-0. When they've scored less than 2 runs, 0-4. More than 4 hits, 24-0. Less than 4 hits, 0-4. Less than 9 strikeouts, 23-0. Exactly 9 strikeouts, 1-1. More than 9 strikeouts, they are 0-3. In games when they're batting better than 225, they're 24-0. Batting worse than 225, they're 0-4.
So score runs and score often is what you're saying.
Yes.
Well,
that's been the blueprint the whole season.
And you mentioned Lindsey Redmond. Lindsey Redmond was a good pitcher last year. She has taken a step beyond good this season. A 1.14 ERA in 24 appearances, 148 innings pitched. She's given up 95 hits, only 40 runs in 28 games, 24 earned runs in 28 games, and only 24 walks over 28 games with 202 strikeouts.
Here's what needs to be said. Media outlets listening, officials, Lindsey Redmond needs to be in the conversation for Player of the Year across the state. No question about it, what she's done offensively.
Absolutely.
And what this order has done over the last few years. This is a junior-laden team with so much experience, over 45 games for almost every starter outside the youngsters at the bottom of the order who have stepped up in their role. This is what they were built for. This is what McMichael softball is about. This is the moment they've been waiting for.
I agree 100%. So we don't have a set game time. It is 7:40, about 10 minutes past what we expected first pitch to take off, but we will let you know as soon as we know both teams have taken infield. They are cleaning up the infield some more. Well, I'm ready to get going. I'm excited.
Let's do this right now. We got to do the most important thing. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Mayodan. Shout out to Stoneville. And everything in between. Western Rockingham is in the house here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It is a packed house. Tons of light Columbia blue in the stands ready to root for their Phoenix.
Yeah, just to see a Columbia blue. We saw them. They were the first ones at the gate, the first ones to file in, the first ones to get their butts in the seats. That the western side of the county, they came to represent. And me being a McMichael graduate, it warms my heart to see it. I don't have to worry about being biased in this game. I can cheer as loud as I want for my Phoenix.
I took a video of them streaming in. It was like how old people described to me Black Friday used to be.
Yeah, long time ago. Macy's. I mean, it's a long time ago. The only Black Friday we see is on Amazon.com now.
Yeah, but I mean, it was great seeing them all pour in, and they'll definitely be cheering loud for their Fighting Phoenix.
You know,
we're going to go ahead and I was going to give starting lineups. What you got?
Another key for me is, and Hatley alluded to it, the top of the order and how they set the tone. The number 2 hitter in Cora Engel, having her in that 2 slot late in the game, that could be key. You've got your best power hitter in a 2 spot to get one more at-bat potentially late in the game. If this game does go to a 12-inning game, then you have Engel in that 2 spot and setting the table as Olivia Wilson, as she always done throughout her career, with a runner on base. That might be key late in the game. I like that move, and Cora has been up there in that number 2 spot for a good portion of the season now. That might be key late. But as Jay said, we can't just act like what happened last year is going to happen this year. This might be a 1-0 game.
Well, that lineup switch, you know, you make sure that Olivia, Cora, and Lindsay are getting 3 times at bat minimum. Minimum. And that's if it goes 7 and you go 1, 2, 3 for the first 6. I mean, you're talking, you've got 3 of your best hitters that are going to get a minimum 3 plate appearances right off the bat.
And what a great second season for Ava Harris, hitting 4th in the order. What she's done in the offense has completely turned the offense to a new dimension, which is hard to say for the Bomb Squad and what they did last year and into this year. But she definitely adds an element in that 4 spot for the Phoenix, and I look forward to seeing what she can do. I love seniors. I love what they bring to the table. I love what they mean in games like this. It was Courtney Fletcher with the huge home run in extra innings against West Wilkes last year. I look forward to seeing what she can do at the plate for the Phoenix. But I'm telling you, I'm looking forward mostly to this pitching matchup. Kelsey Madden returns as a state champion pitcher inside the circle, and talking to the coaching staff, talking to the other broadcast team from 3WC, she stepped it up a notch as well this year in her second year. They've got a 2 pitching staff, so we might see the freshman as well in at some point in this game or in game number 2. It's going to be everything you wanted and more in a softball matchup in the state championships.
Feels good out here for softball weather. I mean, it's 78 degrees, partly cloudy, and you know, sun setting a little bit. It'll be dark before this game is out of here, but I think it's great weather for baseball, kind of, or for softball, just to set the scene. I mean, it's a great. Clouds are in. It's not as hot as it was earlier, but it's still not cold.
Oh, no, it's absolutely perfect softball weather. That temperature's great. That ball is going to fly. The humidity's down.
A little bit of wind, but just a little. That's a little breeze. 6-mile-per-hour wind.
I mean, it plays well to a team that has some power hitters. You know, two hitters in the lineup with double-digit home runs, 31 homers as a team. You know, not quite the pace that they set last year, but, you know, you start getting that reputation, they start pitching around you a little bit. You know, so it's one of those things. You're talking out of 290 hits that the Phoenix got this year, 106 of them were for extra bases.
Crazy.
Let's go to the comments really quick and thank our supporters. They've been with us all year long and who are here to catch their Phoenix trying to bring home a state championship. It started all the way back at 6:57 with Sonic Dude 0522. He was here early. He said, I'm ready for this. Droid said, play ball. Angela Callan says, let's go McMichael. Our number 1 fan, Melita Hatley, says, go Lady Phoenix. The Bomb Squad. Jen Carter, McMichael, you are the best. Joanne Elmore is listening in. She says she's ready to watch the game. Gloria says, let's go Phoenix. Marty Erskine is in the comments saying, Lady Phoenix, you can do it. Believe. Our man Jeff Webster is in the comments as well, listening in. Chad Mitchell says, go Phoenix. Miranda Ramey says, old people used to describe Black Friday. Your mother remembers that. Kirk Wade says, let's go Turtle. Brenda Kay is in the comments saying, let's go West Wilkes. And Amber Lynn in the comments, let's go ladies. Once you're a Phoenix, you're always a Phoenix.
I couldn't have said that one better myself.
Both coaches are at home plate to exchange lineups with our umpires tonight.
Huge moment. We're almost there. We are almost here to state championship softball game number 1, games 2, and a, if necessary, game 3 taking place tomorrow. We'll have all that action for you here from Greensboro on all the same channels. Thank you for joining us, whatever platform you're listening on, and please join us tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. approximately for the pregame show, Cooler Ice pregame show.
Now, I know there's Blackhawks, I know there's Phoenix, but do you guys see the goat down there? Ronald Barker.
I was looking for an
the
actual
photographer
goat.
down
Down at the Phoenix dugout.
Coach Lamberth is here, as he always is, the athletic director for McMichael. What a great leader for that school athletically. He does such a great job leading his coaches, and supporting his athletes and supporting us. We appreciate him. The place is packed full of blue. We love to see it. We are ready for first pitch coming up here in just a bit from UNCG. A little bit about the field. 200 down the lines, 210 in center field. A huge discrepancy between center and right and left.
I'll tell you, that's one thing about softball, though. In baseball, you get that 320 down the lines, and you get that 400 in center. Softball, it's pretty even keeled all the way around, a nice even quarter circle. So, you hit one that carries. It's not like you're having to pound it to get it out of center.
A couple more pieces of business that we got to handle. First, I want to thank our sponsors. Tonight's game presented by Cooler Ice, as Jay mentioned, and your keys to the game by North Star Driving School. But we forgot a member of our team. Lucas Hatley is here with us. He is in the stands. He wanted a seat right down there in front of the action. And Lucas Radio is here with his squad, the Phoenix. We walked in. They were all ready for him. He handed them a note that he had wrote for them for this championship game, and they greeted him. They said, "Oh, there's RoCo Radio." Hey, Lucas!
Lucas is RoCo Radio.
That's right. So I want to make sure we got all of our team in here today as we get ready for Game 1 of the 3A State Championship Series from here at UNCG. Jay Ramey on the call alongside the Hat Man, and yours truly in the background.
Looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are? Cooler Ice is county-wide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Maiden, 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Cooler Ice dispensary at Schulzholm, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville, located at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden, located at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Cooler Ice. Great tasting, fresh ice available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Cooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are.
One last question for you guys before we get into the serious business. Over under 5, the home runs that the Phoenix had last year against West Wilkes tonight.
I'm going to take the under on that. Kelsey Madden has really come on as a pitcher this year. She's shown a lot of improvement, and she was a good pitcher last year. She's very similar to Lindsey Redmond in that aspect. A lot of improvement from year to year. Has developed her changeup a lot, and she's going to be a tougher pitcher to hit.
I say exactly 4.
Okay.
For today's game for the Phoenix. Number 3, Josie Tucker. Number 6, Leanna Richardson. And number 7, Addie Cruz. Starters for you, Phoenix. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 8, Olivia Blitzline. Batting second, playing third, number 16, Cora Eagle. Batting third on the mound, number 14, Lindsay Redmond. Batting fourth, playing second, number 9, Ava Harris. Batting fifth, behind the plate, number 5, Lizzie Wilson. Batting sixth, first base, number 15, Ella Southern. Batting seventh, the DP, number 18, Gabby Sausher. Batting eighth, center field, number 1, Courtney Fletcher. At ninth, right field, number 2, Riley Cook. And left field, number 4, Mac Johnson. Coaches for the Phoenix, Bob Casto. Assistants, Mike Dalton, Sean Taylor. Athletic Director, Robert Lambert. Principal, David Edrington. Now for the home team, the West Wilkes Blackhawks. Number 3, Amelia Olveria. Number 4, Harley Clemens. Number 6, Bailey Kilby. Number 8, Emily Watson. Number 11, Jenny Lambert. Number 15, Ava Cater. Number 17, Emily Winters. Number 19, Kelly Wayne. Number 34, Lindsey Maston. Hey, starters for the Blackhawks. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 2, Zoe Woodruff. Batting second, home out, number 10, Kelsey Madden. Behind the plate, number 12, Kaylee Picklington. Batting fourth, right field, number 1, Addison Newlands. And fifth, third, number 22, Peyton Conran. Batting sixth, playing first, number 24, Leah Green. Batting seventh, center field, number 7, Albie Nichols. Batting eighth, left field, number 5, Kendall Lane. Batting ninth, playing second, number 9, Emma Garza. Head coach for the Blackhawks, Michael Woodruff. Assistant coaches, Ryan Nichols, Eddie Garza. Matt Fletcher, athletic director, Todd Roots. Principal, Dan Crowley. Officials for today's game, out of the Metro Atlanta Association, Merritt Saunders, Charles Atkins, Lou Strahan. Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you that every goal with high school athletics is learning life values. Good sportsmanship is the best learned and respected is accorded to all. Prior to the beginning of the state championship, we'd like to recognize 2 players who exhibited outstanding sportsmanship throughout the season. At this time, we'd like to recognize Lizzie Wilson of McMichael High School. Kelsey Madden, West Wilkes High. Presenting the award to the 2 people of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. We'd like to recognize your exemplary commitment and good sportsmanship, and we're pleased to present these 2026 North Carolina Farm Bureau Sportsmanship Awards to Lizzie Wilson of McMichael High and Kelsey Madden, West Wilkes. And now, in honor of America, would you please rise? We're honored to have Felix Harper, his Concord, an official from the Metro Atlanta Conference, performing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red lamp, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Mr. Harper. Very good job. Attention fans, bad behavior today is will not be tolerated. Please keep it positive and official opponents and coaches of each other. Athletics are about kids learning and having fun, profanity, sexist,
And with that, it is time for state championship
Anyone in this
softball.
contest will not be tolerated to be grounds for
2C McMichael
Remember, the high school sports are
coming
about
out of the
students
East,
learning and growing,
up
not just
against
winning.
2A
Let's all do our part, bitch. Bad behavior.
state champions of 2025, West Wilkes, coming out of the West. As we get set for game 1 of the championship series here on a Friday evening in Greensboro. Madden on the mound, warming up.
Jay, I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. I want to shout out Joanne in the comments. She's a McMichael faithful through and through. She goes to as many games as she can. I know how much she wants to be here. She says she's listening in the comments. We just want to say we appreciate you and all you do. And I got a shout out, and I know I'm taking your time here.
No.
But in center field, not with tickets, but sitting beyond center field near the brick wall is my family. I see my daughter Bailey and my wife Andrea out there. I want to thank them for their support of the Phoenix and us and for being here tonight.
Thank you all for listening in as we get set for the first at bat of the 3A Softball State Championship Series. Olivia Wilson is at the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on and missed by Olivia Wilson for the strike as we get started here at 7:57.
Wilson leading this thing off. Hits .409.
77 degrees here in Greensboro. Second pitch swung on and missed. Olivia Wilson down 0-2 in the count. She struck out twice in these 2026 playoffs thus far, trying to avoid a third.
Now
Steps out to regroup.
Getting down 0-2 to a pitcher like Madden is not a good thing.
That one will roll, making it a 1-2 count. Wilson walks back to the dugout briefly. Takes a big exhale. These are the most nerves a player's probably going to have at the plate all game. It's literally the first one up. So pitcher's count here for Madden.
Once you see that first pitch, you settle in.
Here it comes. Tries to lay it down, made contact toward the third base side dugout. It's a foul, but it keeps the at-bat alive. So Olivia Wilson battling here in this at-bat with a 1-2 count. Cora Engel in the on-deck circle.
Just fouling off that close pitch, possibly over the outside corner. We haven't had much of a chance to see the umpire's zone so far.
Olivia Wilson takes that one way high. 2-2 is the count now. So went down 0-2 early, has gotten 2 balls and a foul ball since then.
And Madden went with that rise ball. Wilson held off on it.
Olivia Wilson steps back in. Here it comes. Thought about it. Is a third ball.
Missed outside.
And the fans on this side are not happy, as it's now a full count for Olivia Wilson. Fantastic job. You said it.
Don't want to go down batter's box.
Said you don't want to go down 0-2 in a count like this against a pitcher like this. As she will foul that one off towards the on-deck circle, and it is caught. What a job.
Did she catch it, or did it hit the ground? No, she didn't make the catch.
Pilkington not able to come up with it.
Tell you what, though, great job getting out of the box by Pilkington. Got over that ball, laid out for it, just couldn't quite come up with it.
Looked like a catch initially.
I think the coach is over asking the home plate umpire to get some help from first base. Maybe he had a little better angle with the home plate umpire on the trail, but they keep the call.
She had that look that wide receivers do when they drop the ball and they're trying to hide it. So, so now a full count here after the 0-2 count. She will ground that one. It's a slow roller towards second. Does she outrun it? She does not. So a very long at bat after going down 0-2, but Garza puts it in Green's glove. Here comes Cora Engel up to the plate with 1 out.
I'll tell you what, hustle. Only got beat on that one by a half a step on a ground ball to second.
So quality at bat there brings up Cora Engel.
Cora Engel hitting
every playoff game.
.518 with 12 homers this season.
Hasn't slowed down for the playoffs as she takes that one high, 1-0 count. 8 for 14, a double, 2 home runs, 3 walks, a strikeout, 7 runs, and 8 runs batted in these playoffs. Best average on the team, most runs batted in, dominant at the plate. She's got a 1-0 count right now. Here's the pitch. Takes it low, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes for Cora Engel with 1 out on the scoreboard. Bases are empty for the Fighting Phoenix as we are just set in the top half of the first inning. Here comes the pitch. Swings on that one, pulls it foul. It was going down the first base line and went right of first base, making it 2-1. Pulled Green off the bag.
Well, I'm certain that the Blackhawks hadn't forgotten number 16 from last season. Had a couple of homers in that game against them. They're not wanting to give her anything up and over the plate.
Here's Engel. Swings on it, sends it through for a base hit. Cora Engel makes it to first as the fans cheer her on. And she's the first player in a Fighting Phoenix uniform on base this ball game. That'll bring up Lindsey Redmond, the pitcher.
And that's why I love that move, moving her up in the lineup, getting her some more time, some more plate appearances.
Here's Redmond at the plate.
Lindsey Redmond, 10 home runs and a .471 average of her own.
First pitch is going to go outside 1-0. So Redmond had home runs in both of the playoff games last series against Hyde Trask.
Yeah, I believe she hit one against West Wilkes last season, too.
She did. Went 2 of 5 with a double and a home run in that game. Here's the pitch. Redmond swings a little bit early, making it 1-1.
And she was after that one. It was right in her wheelhouse. She was just a little ahead.
Cora Engel, who has stolen 4 bases this season, is on first. Second and third are empty. Here comes the pitch. Swings on it, sends it directly to the shortstop. Tagging back up is Engel after getting the jump.
Close play.
So the line out to Woodruff puts a second out on the board.
Hard hit ball straight to the shortstop.
Here comes Ava Harris. Now 2 outs on the board, only 1 runner on.
Harris hitting .485 on the season. The doubles queen, 15 doubles on the season.
She'll take the first pitch low, 1-0 the count. Ava Harris, one of 2 sophomores on the team and the only sophomore in this starting lineup. 1-0 count, the pitch. Swings on it. Woo. Nice swing. Just missed. 1-1.
Just above the hands on that one. Tough pitch to catch up with.
Ground out single line out is the story of the game thus far. Here's the pitch. That one goes low and it gets past the catcher. And jogging towards second will be Engel.
Well, pass ball charged on that one. Engel advances to scoring position.
So runner now in scoring position for Ava Harris. Here's the right-hander. Takes the pitch, fouls it off towards the on-deck circle. Lizzie Wilson had to dodge that one. So Ava Harris steps back in, 2-2 count on the board.
And she just saw the change. I don't know if she'll see it again here.
Here's the pitch, takes it inside, 3-2. Whizzed right past the belt. To make it a full count once again. Last time there was a full count, Olivia Wilson would ground out to second. The payoff pitch. Harris takes it low and will be walked. Drawing the first walk of the game. Now third base is the only one that's empty for Lizzie Wilson.
Well, a pretty tight zone to start with. Not a lot of room on either side of the plate, inside or outside.
Here comes Lizzie Wilson right before the game, named for a sportsmanship award. Here's the pitch. Swings on it, pops out of the glove of the pitcher, just lined directly to her, but then she tosses it into a 1-3 to end the inning. So runners left stranded on first and second. Fighting Phoenix scored no runs on just 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners are left on base. 5 players see the plate. 5 players are retired. 3 players are retired.
Well, a 22-pitch inning for Kelsey Madden. 12 strikes. That's about a 54.5% clip.
So Woodruff, Madden, and Pilkington due up next. How do you feel about that inning if you're a McMichael fan?
Well, you know, a little bit slower start than you would have liked. You got a couple on base. This being the state championship, you don't want to leave too many runners out there on base. You know, runs are going to be tough to come by. The 2 best teams in 3A duking it out, and when you get runners to scoring position, you definitely want to try to get them in.
If Lindsay is shutting players down, I think with those at-bats, I liked what I saw. If Lindsay, it depends on how she's doing in the circle, but if Lindsay is just shutting them down batter after batter, which might not happen, but if she does, I have no worries, no concerns about McMichael winning this game because the offense seems to be clicking, just didn't score a run.
Well, when you get on base against Lindsay Redmond, you've earned it. You know, she's given up 95 hits over the season, only 24 walks, and 202 strikeouts.
And for reference, they've only played 24
percentage.
games, so that's like 4 hits a game or less than.
Yeah, I mean, opponent on base percentage is 211, and opponents hit 170 against her.
Now, this is West Wilkes, so this is a different story.
Yeah, this is a good hitting team.
She's done well against good hitting teams.
She has. And she's got a good defense behind her, and that's been a big part of why she's done so well.
Zoe Woodruff up at the plate to lead things off for West Wilkes. She will foul the first pitch off, and that'll go towards the cages, making it 0-1 for her. Lindsay Redmond in the circle.
I'll tell you, both teams swinging first pitch of the game that they face. These teams aren't shy about swinging the bat. They're not interested in looking at a pitch. They're trying to jump on it.
Second pitch, off speed, inside.
Good changeup.
And that'll be a called strike. Wow, 0-2. Perfect placement by Lindsay Redmond.
And that's that drop change that she's really developed since last season.
That one is going to be sent through for a base hit over the middle at second base. Courtney Fletcher will field it, but Zoe Woodruff gets the lead-off hit. Despite being down 0-2 in the count, that'll bring up Kelsey Madden.
I'll tell you, good hitting by Woodruff. Two-strike approach, just going middle with it. Poked it through the middle of the infield. Not much you can do as a pitcher. You're only about 38 feet away by the time you deliver.
So here's Kelsey Madden, takes the first pitch. Lizzie Wilson pops up from behind her position as Woodruff looked like she was looking to steal. Lizzie says, no, you will not. 0-1 is the count for Madden.
I'll tell you, that Wilson to Wilson combo, throwing runners out, has been lethal this year.
1-1 count after that one goes outside and a bit high, evening up the count for Madden. Here's the pitch. Swung on and sent foul. 1-2. It would be huge to get a strikeout right here.
Yeah, you definitely want to get an out behind that leadoff hitter getting on base.
1-2 the count with the Clouds moving in. Here's the pitch. That one goes high, 2-2. Lindsay Redmond put some speed behind that one.
Yeah, that rise ball just flew in there. I'll tell you, Redmond looks pumped up. There's a little something extra on it tonight.
2-2. That one is going to be popped up sky high over at short. Olivia Wilson gets the first out of the evening for the Fighting Phoenix as Kelsey Madden is going to be sent back to the dugout. And Zoe Woodruff stays put at first base.
Catcher Kaylee Pilkington will be the hitter.
Pilkington up at the plate with Woodruff on first. 1 out on the scoreboard as she will foul that one towards the dugout.
Well, that was a hot shot.
0-1 count.
Gotta love that net in front of the dugout.
Yeah, I can see the reserves looked a little nervous behind that netting. Swung on and missed. She put
Great
some power behind that
from
pitch.
Redmond. Just blew it past Pilkington on that one.
That was definitely past the speed limit. 0-2 count for Pilkington. Here it comes. That one's going to be sent again to Olivia Wilson, trying to double play. Not in time. Ellie Southern had to jump off the bag to grab it. Woodruff had slid in, so Southern almost fell down after retrieving it. But there's 2 outs on the board after the nice grab from Olivia Wilson. And her glove has produced 2 outs back-to-back. Bringing up Addison Newens.
right fielder hitting cleanup.
As Newens steps in with the runner still stuck on first after a leadoff walk. Back-to-back pop-outs. First pitch of this at-bat's going to go high. Lizzie Wilson with the grab, rising out of her position, 1-0 count. 3A Softball State Title Championship Series underway. Game 1, 0-0 scores. We're here in the bottom of the first with Wes Wilkes at the plate. Second pitch going to be grounded. They say it was fouled.
Fouled it off her body.
1-1 the count for Newens, wearing number 1 in orange on the back of her jersey. Wearing black jerseys, kind of looking like Oklahoma State with that orange and black combo, orange on the pants, orange numbers, black jerseys, and white lining around the numbers. That one going to be fouled back over the press box. 1-2 count.
To either bench would be appreciated. All foul balls go back to either bench. We'd appreciate it. Thanks.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Addison Newens. Lindsey Redmond trying to send this one to inning number 2 with a 0-0 score. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
just
where
missed.
did that miss?
Fantastic
Wow.
job of framing by Lizzie Wilson. Not enough to earn the strike. 2-2 is the count. Got Corey Engel at third, Olivia Wilson at short, Ava Harris at second, and Southern at first. That one is a roller, and that'll advance. Zoe Woodruff on the steal.
Well, a straight steal from Zoe Woodruff on a 2-2 count with 2 outs.
And she got a little lucky by the bad pitch.
Yeah, bounced in front of Wilson. Wilson kept it in front of her, but no throw.
There's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled off. Barely scraped the bottom of her bat. That would have been the strikeout to end the inning. So a runner on second now.
Well, I got a feeling that K's are going to be hard to come by on both sides tonight.
Yeah, nobody struck out in the top half of the first. Stepping back in is Addison Newens. 3-2 count, trying to avoid becoming the first strikeout victim. Sends it through, and that's going to be a run scored at the plate. Chaotic play on the base pass, but Addison Newens avoids the strikeout, and not only that, but she gets an RBI double, knocking in Zoe Woodruff to make it a 1-0 lead for West Wilkes.
Well, Newens with the RBI single up the middle. Advanced to second on the throw in.
Peyton Cockerham comes up to the plate.
And now she's got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
West Wilkes trying to make the most of this inning. Now with a 1-0 lead. That one's going to be grounded through. It hops to left field. The throw in from Mac Johnson, and they almost caught her in a rundown. But that'll put runners on second and third. Cockerham gets in. On a single, advancing to second on the throw, and we've now got runners on second and third. 2 runners in scoring position.
Another single through the left side. It looks like you're going to have a courtesy runner at second. Possibly, I can't tell.
I don't think so. 3 hits given up this inning, as that one is going to be sent for strike 1. It's her. Peyton Cockerham is there as it is fouled off. 0-2 count now. Cockerham at second. Newens at third. Leah Green at the plate, now down 0-2 in the count early. Trying to limit this to just 1 run as that one's sent. Oh, just missed. 1-2 the count as Leah Green is at the plate.
Tell you what, good job by Green to hold off on that rise ball.
Pitcher's count here for Lindsey Redmond. Here it comes. That one going to be fouled off. Keeping it 1-2. Huge moment here for West Wilkes. I've got a feeling they won't have 2 runners in scoring position often tonight. Want to capitalize when you can. There's the pitch. It is sent, picked up, and thrown by Corey Engel The 5-3 ends the inning. We've got 1 run scored on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Not only left on base, but left in scoring position. So we head to inning number 2, a 1-0 lead for West Wilkes over the McMichael Fighting Phoenix.
Well, a 24-pitch inning for Lindsey Redmond, 18 strikes, 75% strike percentage. Got Coach Robertson out on the field bringing the umpire a drink.
Hatley, what's your main takeaway from the bottom half of that inning? 3 hits given up. They do limit it to just 1 run. But what do you think needs to go differently from now on?
Well, West Wilkes, they earned those 3 hits. It was 3 hits that there was nothing that the Phoenix could have done anything about. It wasn't like they were in a spot where they could be fielded and thrown out. 2 comebackers to the pitcher and 1 through the left side of the infield, hit hard. All 3 pretty well hit balls.
Sometimes your opponent just does really good things, and it's not a change of philosophy.
That was just 3 good hits. There's
nobody's going to hit the lottery 3 times in a row, but I'm just saying you don't change your philosophy over that.
Well, no. Lindsay's hitting the strike zone and trusting her defense, which is what she should be doing.
Here's pitch number 1 of the 2nd inning. It'll get past the catcher as Ellie Southern is up at the plate. Ellie Southern, the Meredith College commit, will step back into the batter's box. Here's the right-hander. With the 1-0 count, takes the second one high. So the first 2 pitches of this inning from Madden have been way high, and it's now a 2-0 count.
And Southern, pretty deceptive on the batting average side, just hitting .230, has 4 home runs, 19 RBIs, but a .400 on base percentage.
Now with a 2-0 count, she will swing on that one and miss. So a 2-1 to Ellie Southern. Southern steps back in. Went 6 for 16 in the 2025 playoffs as she sends that one foul. And it'll get out of play. 2-2 the count. 2-2 count for Southern.
Well, Southern turning on that one, pulling it foul. Did a good job getting around on that inside pitch.
So Ellie Southern with the even count. Bases empty as we start off this 2nd inning. Takes it inside. 3-2. Full count now for Southern.
Still a tight zone, and it's kind of gone both ways with that.
Here's the pitch. Southern sends it sky high towards left field, and the catch is made by Wayne. 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the 2nd inning. As McMichael is down 1-0, Gabby Schlosser will come up to the plate.
Well, Schlosser, a 300 hitter. 4
Schlosser
doubles and 12 hits on the season.
Doing a fantastic job in these playoffs as just a freshman. 5 for 12 in the 2026 playoffs. Love seeing those numbers from a freshman. Here's the pitch. That goes high, making it 1-0.
Well, McMichael, a young team relatively.
Very young.
Just 2 seniors on the squad.
A lot of freshmen, a lot of juniors. Schlosser fouls that one back towards the McMichael faithful, making it 1-1.
It looked like she decided to let her hands go a little late on that one. Fastball kind of over the outer part of the plate, and she fouls it over, hits the net, and before it even reaches the dugout.
1-1 the count. As she takes that one high, 2-1 for Gabby Schlosser. Schlosser's only been walked 3 times this year in 40 at-bats, but she's been struck out 8 times, but she's now dealing with a hitter's count. Stepping in is Schlosser, wearing number 18. Schlosser swings on that one early, evening up the count at 2-2. 1 out on the board, bases are empty as Courtney Fletcher sits in the on-deck circle.
Madden doing a good job changing speeds there.
Here's the pitch. Takes it low. Punch out. Backwards K in the scorebook. It's the first strikeout on either side tonight as Schlosser jogs back to the dugout. That'll bring up center fielder Courtney Fletcher. You mentioned there's only 2 seniors on this team. Courtney Fletcher is one of those 2 seniors.
Well, Fletcher hitting .233 with 17 hits on the season.
Fletcher swings at that one way high, 0-1 the count. She was 3 of 6 in last year's game against West Wilkes with a home run, a strikeout, a run scored, and an RBI. Most hits on the team against West Wilkes last year. Here's the pitch. Fletcher will make contact but foul it back into the top of the backstop. 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes for Courtney Fletcher. Fletcher will step up to the plate. Got a slightly open stance. 2 outs on the board, nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Fletcher sends that one into foul territory. Racing towards it was right fielder Newens, but she wasn't able to get there in time. So it'll stay an 0-2 count, and it'll stay the top half of the second inning for these Fighting Phoenix. Down 0-1 after West Wilkes strung together 3 hits in the first inning. McMichael trying to get their second hit of the ball game. It's Fletcher at the plate. Here it comes. That'll go outside 1-2.
And she took a lot off of that one. I've seen 12-year-olds throw that hard.
Is that what you call an off speed?
Definitely.
1-2 as Fletcher takes it outside, but it's a punch out. Backwards K once again. Schlosser and Fletcher strikeout looking after Ellie Southern popped out to left field. There will be no runs on, no hits, no errors, no runners are left on base. Home plate umpire kind of goes with a delayed strikeout call. I've called games before where they, wait a minute, dramatic effect, and then they throw the punch or they, say that it's a walk, but you never know. So you're going to hear a little pause for dramatic effect in my strikeout calls this evening.
A 16-pitch inning for Kelsey Madden, 10 of them strikes. That's 62.5% strike percentage.
So McMichael's last 4 batters have been sent back to the dugout. It'll be the bottom of the lineup. Aubrey Nichols, Kendall Wayne, and Emma Garza due up for West Wilkes. Blackhawks bringing up number 7, number 5, and number 9 in the 7, 8, 9 spot as they nurse a 1-0 lead. Got 3 hits on 1 run, but left 2 runners in scoring position back in the first inning as Nichols heads up to the plate. We are here in the Gate City as McMichael looks to take a 1-0 advantage over the West Wilkes Blackhawks. Thanks for joining us live on RoCo Radio YouTube, Facebook, Substack, or RoCoRadio.com. So happy to have you with us. Pitch number 1 of the inning is going to be grounded directly to Ellie Southern. She will take 3 steps over to the bag, tap the bag, 1 pitch, 1 out. It's Kendall Wayne up next, the left fielder. So a good way to kind of ease the tension from last inning. Go ahead and get that out. So Kendall Wayne heads up to the plate. Wayne with the white batting gloves stands in. Redmond's pitch is going to go low. Lizzie Wilson tried to frame it. Didn't trick the ump. 1-0 count. Here at UNCG's softball field. Beautiful facility. As that one is going to go low as well. This time a little bit more inside as it's a 2-0 count for Kendall Wayne. Lindsey Redmond didn't walk any batters back in the first. Didn't strike any out either. That's fouled off. So a 2-1 count.
I'll tell you, those first 2 pitches around the low part of the zone, it seemed like in the top of the second, those were going the other direction, called strikes instead of balls.
Hitters count. Here comes Redmond. That one is going to be grounded to short. Olivia Wilson fields it, and we've got a 6-3 back-to-back outs to start off this inning. So next up to the plate will be Emma Garza, who's playing at second tonight. Garza steps in. Pitch number 1 of the at-bat is going to be a strike. Yes, folks, that's how long it took for him to hold up his fist. 0-1 count. Second pitch swung on way early, 0-2, and this could be a incredible inning for Lindsay Redmond if she can put this one down. Had the ground out directly to Ellie Southern on the first pitch, then the 6-3 to Wayne. And
there we go.
The strikeout. Stepping back and throwing the punch is the home plate ump as Lindsay Redmond earns her first strikeout in a state championship softball series. It'll be the first of many. We head to the third inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. It's still 1-0 as both teams go 3 up, 3 down in inning number 2. Inning number 3 on the way up next. Thanks for joining us, whatever platform you're listening on. Due up for the Fighting Phoenix, it'll be right fielder Riley Cope. Then back to the top of the lineup for Olivia Wilson. And next, it'll be Cora Engel, who has the only hit thus far tonight.
Well, Lindsay Redmond, 6 strikes out of 8 pitches that inning to retire the side.
That's better than
75%. I'll tell you, Joe and I kind of coined this phrase back during baseball season. She had an Eli Gann there, her cohort, another pitcher at McMichael, just on the baseball diamond. Very efficient inning.
So an incredible job by Lindsay Redmond, as McMichael will need to put some offense on the board, though, and here to try it is freshman Riley Cope. We brought up Gabby Slosser being 5 for 12 in the playoffs. That's impressive for a freshman, but Riley Cope's got the same number. She's a freshman, 5 for 12 here in these 2026 playoffs with a double, a walk, 2 strikeouts, 3 runs scored, and an RBI.
Yeah, and half of her hits on the season have come during the playoffs, just 11 hits on the season.
Cope lays down a bunt, but the pitcher grabs it very quickly. We've got a 1-3, so 1 pitch, 1 out, much like the bottom of the second. As we head back to the top of the lineup, Olivia Wilson, who has been involved a lot defensively. She's got 3 total chances, no errors. She heads up to the plate.
Wilson got beat by a half step on a ground ball to second in her first at bat. She's 0-1.
Here's the pitch. Olivia Wilson takes that one for ball 1.
Yep, looked like it missed just up and a little out.
1-0 the count for Olivia Wilson. Stepping back in. Here's the swing.
There we go.
And she sends the grounder into left field. Olivia Wilson gets her 39th hit of the year. With 1 out on the board, that'll bring up Cora Engel, who is 1 for 1 tonight with a single.
Good contact from Olivia Wilson through the left side of the infield, going with the pitch. Outside, just pokes it between short and third.
Here comes junior Cora Engel to the plate.
Engel 1-1 with a single.
That rhymed. 1-0 count. No, it's not. 0-1 count.
What?
I promise, folks, this takes a really long time for the strike to be called. I'm not just trying to trick or take my time, or I don't want people to think that. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. It'll be a bouncer past the catcher, and jogging to second easily is Olivia Wilson. It's now a runner in scoring position for Cora Engel, and you don't want to do that to Cora Engel because she is second on the team with 34 runs batted in this season.
Well, a wild pitch puts the runner in scoring position for Cora Engel, and Engel, 34 RBIs on the season.
Here we go, the 1-1. First and third, the only base is empty. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Engel stops short, and that'll make it a 1-2 count.
And she decided to send the hands before she really wanted to on that one. Couldn't hold them.
Stepping back in with no batting gloves. On the right side of the plate is the lefty. Pitcher's count. Here it comes from Madden. Drills it, but it goes foul. Oh, man. So still 1-2 for Cora Engel.
Well, good contact there from Engel. Behind the pitch, fouls it off out of play to the left side.
Engel will step back in.
And all the way up the front of the box.
Got the runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swings on it high, sends it through for the base hit. And stopping at third
sign
is Olivia Wilson. Good move there, but now runners are on the corners. Cora Engel is 2 for 2 on the ball game as Lindsay Redmond heads up to the plate.
Number 14, Lindsay Redmond.
Lindsay Redmond lined out to short in her first at bat, hit the ball hard, but it had eyeballs going right towards Zoe Woodruff. And she's got a chance here to even this game up.
10 for 34 all-time in her playoff at-bats.
And leads the team in RBIs with 36 this season.
Here it comes. Redmond takes that one inside for ball one. 1-0 count with Olivia Wilson over on third, Cora Engel on first. Second pitch for the at-bat.
There we go.
She sends it into the outfield. It gets down. Lindsay Redmond puts McMichael on the scoreboard and ties it up. Going for the lead. Cora Engel races around third, and she scores. Lindsay Redmond with a 2 RBI double to put the McMichael Fighting Phoenix on top. 2-1 here in the third inning. Just one out on the board as Redmond sends that one into left center at the wall. So Ava Harris will come up to the plate, and the Fighting Phoenix have a ton of momentum here.
Well, Addie Cruz will be the courtesy runner for Lindsay Redmond.
Redmond did not play well offensively in rounds 1 through 3. She has just exploded when the lights have shined the brightest. Here's Ava Harris at the plate. Swings on the first pitch, fouls it off. I like seeing all of the fans in blue try to catch the ball, even though there's the net in front of them. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to have to get a lot of elevation.
And I know I'd be doing
that.
the same thing, but it's just seeing everybody collectively at once raise their hands.
Yeah, that
so
instinct.
So it's an 0-1 count to Ava Harris as she takes this one and will send it over to short. The 6-3 puts her down. And we've got 2 outs on the board as Lindsay Redmond is held up over at second. I believe we've got a pinch runner in for her. Don't have a number on her currently.
Yeah, it's Addie Cruz running at second for her.
Gotcha.
That's going to bring up Lizzie Wilson. Wilson hit a hard comebacker to the pitcher that was knocked down, and she was thrown out at first in her first at bat.
So Lizzie Wilson is 0 for 1 this ball game. Wilson takes the first pitch for ball one. Lizzie Wilson was the best player on the team in the 2025 playoffs. 7 for 15, 2 doubles, 3 runs, and RBI. Most hits on the team during the playoff run last year. Takes that one at the shoelaces.
And Wilson hitting 5-13, 23 RBIs, 3 homers, 5 doubles, and 2 triples on the season.
Incredible. Two-0 count. Here's the pitch. It's low. 3-0.
Well, incredible is their .608 on base percentage.
Lizzie Wilson is tied for the most walks on the team with 18. And she looks like she could be the second player walked this ball game. Just one pitch away from it.
Now 3-0. I don't look forward to swing here.
It goes low, so she will draw her 19th walk of the year, and that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. They had the same situation back in the first inning, weren't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, 2 outs, left 2 stranded in the first. And Ellie Southern will come up. She flew out to left in her first at bat.
So Josie Tucker will be pinch running for Lizzie Wilson.
Josie Tucker.
So here's Ellie Southern at the plate, a 2-1 lead for Dalton McMichael High School. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Powerful cut, just didn't make any contact. Southern steps back in. Here's the pitch. Takes it high. 1-1. Runners getting antsy on the base paths. Got Josie Tucker, the multi-sport athlete, on first, and then one of the 2 sophomores on the team, Addie Cruz, over on second. Here's the pitch. Ellie Southern takes it low. Josie Tucker just 1 stolen base this year. Addie Cruz still seeking that first stolen base of the season. But with 2 outs, it's unlikely they try for it.
Yeah, you don't want to run into the third out, especially at third base.
Southern will foul that one back. Goes off the top of the net. Catcher catches it, but it was out of play.
It was always the cardinal rule back in my baseball days. Never make the third out at third.
So 2-2 count. 2 outs on the board and a 2-1 lead for McMichael. Southern pulls that one foul. Either way, no matter what happens at this at-bat, McMichael's got to be happy with how this inning has gone. I mean, 2 runs, that huge 2 RBI double from Lindsey Redmond. But she also can't be satisfied with it now in the moment.
You can't sit on a 1-run lead in a state championship.
At all. Ellie Southern's going to try her hardest to get something going here. Southern sends that one sky high, calling everybody off is Woodruff. The shortstop, she makes the grab as we head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, but not before the Fighting Phoenix respond. They score 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners are left on base. Incredible job by these Fighting Phoenix. That 2 RBI double from Lindsey Redmond put it in left center towards the warning track. And the Fighting Phoenix lead because of it.
Well, a 22-pitch, 13-strike inning for Kelsey Madden. She is up to 60 pitches through 3 innings.
So we've got Zoe Woodruff, Kelsey Madden, and Kaylee Pilkington due up next for West Wilkes. Zoe Woodruff is 1 for 1, a single, and the only run scored thus far for West Wilkes. Madden and Pilkington both lined out too short.
Well, second trip through the order. Let's see what adjustments get made on both sides. Lindsey Redmond's done a great job pitching to contact, done a good job locating so far. No walks allowed, 3 hits.
So we've already got our first lead change. If this is anything like last year, we'll have about 19 more. And I mean just today. I don't even...
Yeah, that's not the series.
We're throwing out
that's
the
tonight.
Series. So here's Woodruff up at the plate wearing number 2. Got the white batter's helmet on.
Top of the order for the Blackhawks.
Lindsey Redmond with the pitch. It'll go low through the legs of Lizzie Wilson. 1-0 count. McMichael wearing those Columbia blue uniforms. McMichael written in white across the chest. Got white numbers on the backs of the jerseys, royal blue on the shoulders, royal blue lining, royal blue socks, and then the white pants. Here's the pitch. It goes high. So Lindsey Redmond has missed the strike zone twice to start off this inning. It's a 2-0 count. Here it comes. That one is going to be sent into left field. Mac Johnson retrieves it. That's a base hit. So Zoe Woodruff now 2 for 2 on the ball game through
Woodruff with the
his
yellow.
third inning as Kelsey Madden heads up to the plate.
For the Blackhawks, number 10.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what the Blackhawks want. Leadoff hitter on.
Absolutely. So Kelsey Madden heads up to the plate. Let's see what she does with it. As Woodruff is over on first. She did steal second base in her first trip, as that one is going to be clipped back by Madden. I think she checked her swing and just touched the bottom of her bat.
Yep, caught the bat.
Sun has set here in Guilford County. On a cloudy night, lights are on here at UNCG softball field. Bunt laid down, and they will get her at first base, but Woodruff, the lead runner, will advance to second. So Madden does lay down a bunt. They'll bring up Kaylee Pilkington.
Now, sacrifice bunt for Madden to move up the runner. And Pilkington lined out to short in her first at bat. She's 0-1.
So Madden does her job as Pilkington heads up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Number 1, it'll go low. Lizzie Wilson doing a good job making sure that didn't get past her. 1-0 count as Woodruff started to get a jump on second base.
And Lizzie Wilson maintaining that 1,000 fielding percentage.
1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That one is going to be sent towards second, the 4-3. Runner does advance to third. But ultimately, they've got to be happy to get that second out on the board. Woodruff is at third, though, and she's a tying run.
Well, Newens hit a comebacker up the middle to knock in the first run of the game
And it was
in the first
Woodruff
inning.
at the time, too. So we'll see if she gets the job done here. The pitch takes the first one high, 1-0 count. Newens took the lead in her first at-bat, going to try to tie the game in her at-bat. Takes it outside. It's a 2-0 count now.
Well, you don't have to get fancy here. You know, you've got 2 places to put runners. You don't have to give them anything in the zone here.
2 balls, no strikes. That one is sent in the zone for a strike. Two-1 count. Newens steps back in. Here it comes. That one's going to be popped. Ellie Southern backtracks and makes the grab. They leave Zoe Woodruff stranded on third base as Ellie Southern has to backpedal, and make the catch. And that'll be no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as McMichael holds on to their 2-1 lead through 3 innings. We're almost halfway through Game 1 of the state championship series. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Cooler Ice. If you're looking for a fresh ice and water option that is ready when you are, Cooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Maydan, 6734, 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Cooler Ice dispenser at Schulzholm, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville, located at 1509 South Scale Street, or 2 Rivers Plaza in Eden, located at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Cooler Ice. Great tasting, fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations, 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Cooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are.
You know, when the Phoenix bring home that ring,
Yep.
fill up that chest with cold ones. You choose what the cold ones are. But go across the street from McMichael High School.
The
Cooler
cold
Ice.
ones are the pieces of ice.
Yes.
I'm getting just a tank full of just
Oh,
straight up ice.
I've done that many a time. Support our sponsors. They're the way we can bring you this game.
Thank you, Coach.
Gabby Schlosser will be the hitter for the Phoenix.
Coach just brought us water, so it's nice. 0-1 count.
Lindsey Redmond in that last inning. 11 pitches, 6 strikes.
Here's the pitch. It'll go low. 1-1 the count to Schlosser. Got to give our shout out to Coach Lambert too. I know we gave the shout outs before the game, but we love our ADs as well. It's a 1-1 for Schlosser. Swings on it high to make it 1-2. Schlosser batting .300 heading into this one.
And for any fans out there who are interested, McMichael advertised the head soccer coaching for men's and women's for the season. So anybody out there who knows soccer, wants to coach, work for a great AD.
That one's going to be fouled off, and it hit the top of the first base side dugout.
Don't start, Joe.
Count. I actually played for 2 years in middle school, so I think I'm qualified. A 1-2 count to Gabby Schlosser. The freshman takes it, fouls it back. Still 1-2. Schlosser really extending this at bat. Struck out for the second time of the playoffs in her first at bat of the game.
As much as I miss coaching, I don't know if I could do it anymore. Might interfere with football.
You spent too much time on air. You just no, I'm kidding. That one goes outside, 2-2 count.
Hey, being on air and the stresses that come with that are a lot less than the stress that a coach faces every day.
Yeah, man, we've spoiled you. There's bringing you waters now. I can't even. The 2-2 count as she takes it inside. The punch out call. So another looking strikeout. To these Fighting Phoenix, it's Schlosser, the victim of another one. Now bring up Courtney Fletcher. Courtney Fletcher, multi-sport athlete. She's played basketball. Only other basketball player on the team is number 2, Josie Tucker. Takes the first pitch inside for a strike. 0-1 count.
And the 2 strikeout victims for the Phoenix have so far been Schlosser and Fletcher.
Fletcher swings on that one, sends it directly to the pitcher, the 1-3. So that'll bring up Riley Cope.
Number 2, Riley Cope.
Riley Cope grounded out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt in her first at bat.
Riley Cope steps in.
And that was in the leadoff of the 3rd inning. I don't know if we'll see her attempt a bunt with 2 outs here.
Takes it 1-0. She leads the team in sacrifice hit/bunts with 3 of them, but there's nobody on base to sacrifice 4, so that would be a bad idea. 1-0 count. It's Cope. Taking it for, oh my gosh. It takes too long. I can't handle this. All right, 1-1. All right.
Umpire is a little delayed with the call.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. Regroup. I'm good. 1-1. If she is going to lay down a bunt, it tips off the top of her bat. 1-2.
Well, third base was definitely cheated in up past the bag, expecting that bunt attempt from Riley Cope. And even with 2 outs, Phoenix trying to play small ball, get runners on.
Cope having some words with Coach Casto.
But Joe Dexter and I have said it many, many times this season. Small ball wins games.
I'm going to start saying that just to feel included.
Get your shirt.
Thank you. The 1-2 count. Cope takes it low. 2-2. Be important to get her on base. She's tied for 2nd on the team in stolen bases. Here it comes. Cope sends that one over to 2nd. It was a nice hit. But does not result in a hit. The 4-3 ends the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. No runners are left on base. Slosser strikes out looking. Courtney Fletcher grounds out to the pitcher, and Riley Cope grounds out to second. That'll send us to the bottom half of the fourth inning. A 2-1 McMichael lead as we are officially at the halfway mark.
14 pitches, 10 strikes for Madden in that inning.
If they leave you injured, Morgan has your back.
Brings her total pitch count up to 74.
Ready and fight for you anytime you wear just pound, log pound 529. Morgan, America's largest.
Due up for the Blackhawks in the bottom of the fourth will be Cockerham, Green, and Nichols.
So we'll see what West Wilkes does offensively. They've got 4 hits total this game. Michael has 4 hits total this game as well. But what matters on the scoreboard is the runs, and it's a 2-1 McMichael lead currently.
I'll tell you, it's everything that it was billed to be so far. Tight game, even hitting, just 1 run difference at the halfway point.
Here we go. Peyton Cockrum heads up to the plate.
She singled through the left side in her first at bat. 1 of 1 tonight.
Pitch number 1 of the bottom of the fourth.
Oh, that is short.
And it is gone. Tie ball game here in Greensboro. Cockrum smokes that one over the wall. It's 2-2.
I'll tell you what, that was a lick right out toward the American flag. Cleared the wall by a good 20 feet over that 210 mark.
So an impressive homer.
Cockrum ties it up with 1 swing.
That'll bring up Leah Green.
Now Green grounded out to third in her first at bat to end the first inning.
And the key number here on the scoreboard is that there are no outs. That one is going to be sent through for another
That's going to find the gap.
It'll roll all the way to the center field wall. A stand-up double for Leah Green. Albie Nichols is up next.
I'll tell you, they've been sitting fastball on Redmond this inning. 2 hits on 2 pitches. She might want to think about starting off with an off speed here. Nichols grounded out to the first baseman in her first at bat, 0-1.
That one's going to be sent foul backwards. So we've got a 2-2 ball game here, and now a runner in scoring position with no outs for Nichols. They're at the bottom of the lineup. The bottom of the lineup went 0 for 3 collectively back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be sent, and it'll go stay fair. The base hit results in a run scored as Leah Green makes it in home safe. It's a 3-2 ball game. Nichols with the RBI single. And now Kendall Wayne heads up to the plate.
And she just poked that one over the head of first baseman Ellie Southern right down the line. It lacked about 1 foot from being foul.
So Coach Casto calls
Bit
time.
of a banana ball off the bat.
Lindsey Redmond, Lizzie Wilson, and Coach Bob Casto in the circle having some words. 3 hits in a row given up to start off this 4th inning. West Wilkes, a fan has started a chant. A creative one, too. One side says West, the other says Wilkes. See, here's Lindsey Redmond back in the circle as Kendall Wayne steps up. Oh, 1 count, trying to lay down the bunt. It'll be a strike. 0-2 to Wayne. Important moment here. Giving up 2 runs this inning. Got a runner on first. Got to clear her mind. Showing bunt again. Pulls it back as it was high. 1-1.
I think the McMichael fans think she was a little late pulling that one back.
1-1 as that one will
It hit her.
hit her. She jogs to first. The first hit by pitch of the night for either team. Runners on first and second with no outs. Do not want to have one disastrous inning. Already given up 2 runs. 2 runners on base as Emma Garza steps in. First pitch is going to be a strike. Oh, 1 count. Garza steps up as she will lay down the bunt. Ellie Southern tries to tag her out.
She got her.
Did she?
Well, the field umpire said she got her.
Okay. Well, she's staying on base. I think her head coach is going to argue it. And
the umpire's going to come in for a conference. Field umpire
she
does
ran
have
out
that
of the
call.
base path, I thought. But I guess not.
Said she was tagged. Let's see what the conference brings.
This would load the bases with no outs. So this is very important right here. She's out.
Call stands.
So sacrifice bunt puts 2 runners in score position.
Now the West Wilkes faithful not happy about that one.
And that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup. Zoe Woodruff is 2 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. She heads up to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position and a 3-2 lead.
Well, they're going to put her on.
Intentional walk. So now Kelsey Madden heads up to the plate. Flew out to short back in the first inning and then had a sacrifice bunt in inning number 3. Bases are loaded with 1 out for the pitcher, Kelsey Madden. Takes the first pitch low. Nice stop by Lizzie Wilson. Would have been disastrous if it went past her. 1-0 count.
Oh, Phoenix would love to get a double play ball to get out of this one.
Wind picking up a little bit. Here it comes.
Called strike.
Way outside, but a called strike. 1-1. Evening up the count. Here's the pitch. It's low. Nice stop by Lizzie Wilson once again. It's 2-1. Stepping out is Kelsey Madden, number 10. Nods her head. Draws in the dirt ahead of home plate. Bases loaded. 1 out. The pitch. Cuts back on it and fouls it back 2-2.
And she was just under that one, fouling it back to the screen.
Lindsey Redmond grabs the softball.
Now Redmond went up in the zone. Madden chased after it, just missing it. Look for the drop change here.
Here it comes. Outside.
The high hard one instead.
And that'll load the count at 3-2 with the bases loaded. In danger of walking Kelsey Madden. Here it comes. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Lindsay Redmond with the strikeout of her life up to this point. We still got a long series to go.
A 204th strikeout of the season by Redmond in a big moment.
Huge right there.
Bases
with a
loaded.
full count, in danger of walking her, gets her to swing as Kaylee Pilkington heads up to the plate. 3-2 ball game, 2 outs on the board. Here's the pitch. It goes outside. Lizzie Wilson frames it. It is a called strike. 0-1.
And Pilkington 0-2 has a line out and a ground out.
Full count here. Or full bases, not a full count. 0-1 as that one's fouled off.
That was the changeup.
Now 0-2.
She had to adjust. Fouled it off.
No balls, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. Nichols is on third, Wayne on second, and Woodruff over on first.
Time for the rise ball here.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. It's high, too high, 1-2.
She went with it. Hitter wasn't fooled. All right, time for the slider here.
Western Carolina commit in the circle. Here it goes. It's a roller. Nice stop by Lizzie Wilson. Nothing gets past her. Just like a goalie almost sometimes. 2-2 count.
Well, they call the catcher the backstop, and she's living up to the name tonight.
Absolutely. 2-2, the count. Here it goes. Did she get her?
It's just high.
No. 3-2.
That call up in the zone has not been there all night.
Here we go. Full count. Bases loaded. Once again, the pitch. Fouls it off. Goes out of the stadium foul. So still a full count with the bases loaded. Now 2 outs on the board instead of 1.
Well, you cannot afford to go out of the zone here.
Redmond gets her to foul it off again. This at-bat just keeps on going.
We've all heard the song that doesn't end. This is the at-bat that doesn't end.
And Hatley is going to sing the song that doesn't end for 24 hours straight on air if they lose this game. Do you agree to that bet? It'd be great.
All right.
Radiothon.
Drop change inside here.
Here it comes. No! She walked her. Walking in a run in a hard-fought at-bat, but she started down 0-2 in the count. A fantastic job by Pilkington getting the walk. So Wayne heads to third, Woodruff to second.
Well, Pilkington gets an RBI the easy way there.
And
courtesy
now,
runner will be Ava Caton.
Yep. So Ava Caton comes in for the catcher. Now a 4-2 ball game as Addison Newens heads up to the plate. They have batted through the lineup this inning. First pitch going to be ball 1.
Redmond missed high with that one. Newens 1-2 had the game's first RBI in the first inning.
A 1-0 count. Second pitch, swings on it early, fouls it back. 1-1.
Yeah, she was way out ahead of that one. Was lucky to get a piece and foul it back.
Stepping in is Newens. Here comes the pitch. Takes it. Lizzie Wilson holds on. Doesn't get the call. 2-1.
Inside.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Ball in the river, but
that one will be high and outside. 3-1 now as Lizzie Wilson will call time. have some words with her pitcher. Lindsay and Lizzie having some words in the circle. Now with a 3-1 count. Field ump breaks it up as Lizzie Wilson jogs back to behind home plate. Now a 3-1 count with the bases loaded, trying to avoid walking in a second run. It's a 4-2 lead for West Wilkes here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. That one popped up sky high, but it'll get out of play. And the fans get the ball.
Well, hit dead into the middle of the sea of blue over on the first base side.
And, they let it drop. Just one person should have caught it. Hatley would have caught it.
Hatley would have attempted.
So we got a full count with the bases loaded once again. Familiar situation. She struck out the first batter. The next batter walked. That one's going to be drilled into deep right field, and it's caught! What a catch! Riley Cope makes a clutch grab in right field. The freshman makes the catch of her life, and we head to inning number 5. There will be 3 runs scored on a total of 3 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. It was a dire situation for McMichael. That could have went a lot worse than it did. The bases were loaded with just 1 out. 2 runs had already been scored. Lindsey Redmond strikes out the first batter. The next batter gets walked. Then Riley Cope makes the grab on the run in right field. I think overall, if you would have told us with the bases loaded and 1 out on the board, hey, they're only going to score 1 run here or 1 more run here, you would take it 100 times out of 100. So it's now a 4-2 West Wilkes lead as we are 4 innings home in the first game.
Well, 29 pitches, 18 strikes for Redmond in that inning. 2 walks, one of which was intentional. So not sure how you charge a pitcher with an intentional walk, but that would be her 26th walk of the season.
So, look, overall, I think they should be happy with how the inning ended based on how it started. But now you got to put some offense on the board. And now there's more pressure to put offense on the board. Here comes McMichael to the plate after going hitless in inning number 4. They've been getting hits in every other inning.
Olivia Wilson leading things off, 1 of 2.
First pitch is going to be fouled back. 0-1 count. Last year against West Wilkes in round 4 of the playoffs, she went 2 of 6 with a triple, a run scored, and a run batted in. The 0-1 count to Olivia Wilson.
When they're shading her left after that hit last inning, too.
She'll take that one low. It dropped, making it 1-1. One ball, 1 strike for Olivia Wilson. Here comes the pitch. Takes it for a strike. I'm sorry, guys. It takes a while. 1-2 the count.
Now, you can't control what the umpire does, partner.
Okay, Hatley, yes, you're right. I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take that. So, unfortunately, Olivia Wilson is going to be called for a strikeout there. As Cora Engel heads up to the plate.
Well, Madden just picked up her 4th strikeout of the game.
Cora Engel is 2 for 2 this evening. It's on the way. Swung on and missed by Cora Engel.
She held nothing back on that swing.
I think she was going for her 3rd home run of the playoffs.
I think she was trying to hit that one the high point.
I think it would have went far past high point. It's the 0-1 count. Cora Engel Gets a good crack on that one. It's going to go foul towards the batting cages on the left side. 0-2.
Well, Madden showing no fear to the heavy hitting Engel. He's got her down 0-2.
Cora Engel showing no fear as well as she steps in. Got Lindsey Redmond in the on-deck circle. We had that 2 RBI double. Back in the third, here's the pitch. It is drilled and it is fair. Cora Engel rounds first and heads to second. Slides in, she's safe. That's her 10th double on the year, and she is 3 of 3 in this ball game, putting a runner in scoring position for Lindsey Redmond.
Well, Lindsey Redmond, her last at bat, stepped up with 1 in scoring position. Cleared 2 Phoenix off the bases.
Lindsey Redmond steps in. She's the only volleyball and softball player for the Fighting Phoenix. Here comes the pitch. Swings on that one low. Looks like she regretted that swing as soon as she went for it. 0-1 count.
Yeah, Madden took a lot off of that one. That drop change. Redmond had to slow her hands down to even make contact.
So Redmond's RBI total has jumped to 5 after that shot in the third in these playoffs. Takes that one way high. Cora Engel will get into third safely. She's now within striking distance. With just 1 out on the board, Lindsey Redmond at the plate. Ava Harris in the on-deck circle.
Well, second wild pitch, allowing a Phoenix runner to move up of the game. That one getting away from Madden.
Here it comes. Redmond watches that one sail by. And it's now a 2-1 count.
I'll tell you, a lot of off speed here to Redmond. They're not challenging her with the fastball.
Madden gets the call. Looks at her wrist. Pitches it inside. 3-1. Redmond steps back in with Ava Harris in the on-deck circle. It's on the way. Walks her. Lindsey Redmond draws just her 14th walk of the season.
Well,
Put
they
runners
had
on
no
the corners for
interest
Ava Harris.
in pitching to Redmond. And Cruz will courtesy run for Redmond again.
So with 2 runners on the bases, down by 2 runs, Ava Harris will head up to the plate.
Well, Addie Cruz will be the courtesy runner. No stolen bases on the season for her.
Harris is in. Here's the pitch. Takes it.
Inside park, called strike.
So an 0-1 count for Harris, who leads the team in hits, at bats, doubles, tied for the lead in triples, and leads in stolen bases. Only been walked 4 times, though. Here it goes. Swings on that one and misses. 0-2 for the aggressive batter. Runners on the corners. Addie Cruz at first. Cora Engel at third. Down by 2 here in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Clips
Fouled
it back
off.
with the foul. Number 9 will step back into the right-handed batter's box.
Some big holes, especially in that right center field gap.
Fouls it off once again.
Well, Madden just delivered her 90th pitch of the night.
So here's Harris, second base, the only one that's vacant, as she will foul it off once again, and a Fighting Phoenix fan will make the catch. Still an 0-2 count. It's on the way. High. She draws the first ball of this at bat that's felt like it's lasted forever.
Well, it took 6 pitches for Madden to deliver a ball to her.
That's wild. One, two. Swung on and missed. Ava Harris strikes out, and that will bring up Lizzie Wilson.
Well, tough at bat from Harris. Now Lizzie Wilson will step up. She's got a walk and a ground out. And the senior leader and catcher.
It's a 4-2 West Wilkes lead. Here's the pitch. Wilson takes the first pitch outside, 1-0 count.
Well, that one's called a strike.
So the 0-1 to Lizzie Wilson. She's got the most hits in the 2026 playoffs for the Fighting Phoenix. 0-1. Wilson takes another pitch, and it'll be 0-1. One and one the count. Number 5 steps in. Takes it low to make it 2-1. She's played in many playoff games over the years, but she's only been walked twice. One of those came earlier this evening.
Well, good location from Madden on that pitch, low and away.
Here's the pitch. Lizzie Wilson, big cut on, big miss. 2-2. Got a 475 on base and a 615 slugging in her career playoff numbers heading into the night.
Wow.
1090 OPS. Even count. Runners on the corners. Don't want to leave them stranded here with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. Put down the Phoenix. And the inning will come to a close. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 2 runners left on base. West Wilkes still leads it 4-2. As McMichael has left 6 runners on base this evening. And kind of reminiscent of that Rockingham County Cougars McMichael Fighting Phoenix game that we called that was in Mayodan when McMichael just stranded so many runners on base and then they end up losing 2-1. You got to take advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah, 16 strikes on 24 pitches for Madden in that inning, including K's number 4 and 5. Peyton Cockerham will lead things off for the Blackhawks. She's 2 of 2, including a big solo shot that evened the score in the bottom of the 4th.
And leadoff batters are 3 for 4 in this ball game for West Wilkes. Woodruff got a single, ended up scoring. Nichols grounded out. Zoe Woodruff got a single and made it to 3rd, and then Cockerham got that home run to start off the 4th inning right for the Blackhawks. Lindsey Redmond in the circle as Cockerham steps in. Pitch number 1 going to go high and outside, 1-0 count. Cockerham takes that pitch for a strike.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Inside part of the plate, right at the knees.
1 ball, 1 strike. Peyton thought about it, didn't go, and it'll be ball 2.
Redmond hung the changeup inside on that one.
Hitters count to Cockrum after a close one. Shook her leg, didn't go for it though, 3-1.
Zone seems to be squeezing in just a little bit.
Here it goes. Did she get the strike? She did. Full count, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Fouls it back. Huge cut on that one. Cockrum's gotten the only home run of the night. Kind of shocking.
Well, that wasn't
to be 5 innings in.
That wasn't a protect the plate swing either. She was going for home run number 2.
Absolutely. Takes that one for a walk. So Cockrum jogs over to first base. Now Leah Green heads up to the plate.
She's 1 of 2, has a double and a ground out.
Leah Green takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Well, Lindsay Redmond just delivered her 80th pitch on that one.
No balls, 1 strike as that one is sent high, 1-1.
Well, these Blackhawk runners really dancing off of first base over there. They got to look out for Lizzie Wilson on the snapback.
Here's the pitch. Down the middle. And Lizzie Wilson
called a ball.
Does not get the strike call. 2-1. McMichael fans are not happy with the call, and they are letting him know.
I don't blame them.
That one goes high and outside. 3-1. Extended hitters count for Leah Green. As West Wilkes trying to emulate some of that last inning. Stepping in is Green. Takes the pitch, walks her.
Whoa.
Back-to-back walks to start off this inning. West Wilkes has 2 runners on with no outs as Aubrey Nichols heads to the plate. Had an RBI single back in the last inning, 1 for 2 on the night.
A little bit of a squeeze on that one.
Nichols has 2 runners on. Here's number 7 at the plate. First pitch is going to be sent into foul territory. Ellie Southern on the run, but it'll get into the batting cages. 0-1.
Well, Nichols 1 of 2, an RBI single in the 4th, and a ground out to first.
Shows bunt, pulls it back. Lizzie Wilson will hold up as Peyton Cockrum will steal third for her first stolen base of the evening.
A little delayed steal there from Cockrum. Solid base running.
Runners on the corners for Nichols. No outs in this ball game. Here it comes as it is fouled back for strike 2. It'll stay 0-2. Kendall Wayne in the on-deck circle.
I'll tell you, they get down 2 strikes. They're not trying to poke a hit the other way. These are full swings.
Here it comes, and she will softly touch that, but it goes foul. Keeping it 0-2 here in Game 1 of the 3A Softball Championship Series. Best of 3, Games 2 and 3, if necessary, will take place tomorrow. Join us at 1:30 for the pregame show of Game 2. Nichols swings and misses. Big strikeout there, with runners on the corners and no outs as Kendall Wayne heads up to the plate.
Redmond's third strikeout of the game, number 205 on the season there. Kendall Wayne grounded out and was hit by a pitch.
Thought about going for that one. She held up, and that'll be ball 1.
Well, pitch number 90 from Redmond there.
1-0 count. Here it comes. That one is going to be sent to Olivia Wilson. The throw down at third. But she's safe.
Just missed her.
Oh, what a double play that would have been. Olivia Wilson with a quick grab, and then she tried to throw it to third where Cora Engel was. Peyton Cockrum had gotten too big of a jump trying to score that 5th run.
Yeah, she hustled back, got in just before the ball.
Nevertheless, there were runners on the corners with no outs just a minute ago. And now there are runners on the corners with 2 outs for Emma Garza. Here's the pitch. Lizzie Wilson tries to pull that one in. She does.
Well, Garza 0-2, a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt. So 0-1 officially.
No balls, 1 strike. Now a ball and a strike.
Yeah, Redmond missed up and away with the fastball on that one. Trying to get Garza to chase.
Garza decides not to go for that one.
And I don't know where it missed, but the umpire called it a ball.
So now 2-1. This one on the way. It is sent, bobbled by Lindsay, picked up at second, and the throw is good. What a recovery. Olivia Wilson on the cleanup crew runs in from behind as it dropped out of Lindsay's glove. We saw the other pitcher do that earlier, but Olivia Wilson, right place, right time, makes the grab, makes the throw over to first. That ends the inning, saves a run from coming in, and we head to inning number 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base by way of back-to-back walks to start off the inning. They strand runners on the corners. Total thus far, 8 runners have been left on base wearing Blackhawks uniforms.
Well, a 23-pitch, 12-strike inning for the Phoenix there. Redmond still doing a great job in the circle. Has give up some hits, but doing pretty well.
Fighting Phoenix got to get some offense on the board. They're running out of time. I say that even though last year in this game, it was basically, a team down 2 runs or so throughout the whole game and just keeping it going.
I mean, this was the halfway point of last year's game.
This ain't over till it's over. This wasn't the halfway point. A full inning was complete before the halfway point of last year's game. So we've got a lot to go. It's not do or die right here in the 6th inning, but you want to treat it that way if you're wearing one of those Columbia blue uniforms. So Ellie Southern heads up to the plate. She is 0 for 2 in this ball game.
A couple of flyouts.
She is hit. Nailed with that pitch.
That one hit her hard.
Ellie Southern leads the team in hit by pitches, and now she has got 12 of them on the season. So they'll put a runner on first.
And the West Wilkes fans think that one hit the bat. I got to admit, it made kind of a clunk sound.
That's her elbow.
Now, she was wearing that elbow pad, so.
Okay, she's got 11 of them on the year, though. So, I got the solution. You just check if it's bruised, because that looked painful.
Well, that's why these players wear these shin guards and these elbow pads, and they basically come up wearing catcher's gear at the plate now.
What she needs to do is just really sell it. I used to be a pro wrestling fan. She should have went for it there. Used to, unfortunately. I should get back into it. The real wrestling.
Well, the flex, Mac Johnson, will make her first at bat for Gabby Schlosser.
So Mac Johnson is in for her first at bat of the championship series.
And that's why Coach Casto made that adjustment so he could free sub in Johnson into the lineup.
Johnson shows bunt. It gets past her, strike one. Johnson is 2 for 4 in the playoffs with a walk, 2 strikeouts, 5 runs scored, and 2 runs batted in. So it's important to get her on base.
Well, that was the 100-pitch mark for Madden.
Shows bunt, whips it back in time. 1-1. So Mac Johnson stands in, shows bunt again, pulls it back. Did she get it back in time? She did, 2-1.
And I'll tell you, if you need a bunt laid down, Mac Johnson is your girl. I saw one of the best bunts I've ever seen in the fourth round versus Farmville Central that she laid down for a base hit.
She's batting .273 through 55 at-bats this season. Lays down a great bunt there. It'll advance the runner, and it gets past her over at first, so the error. And now we've got runners on the corners with 0. I repeat, 0 outs on the board. So Mac Johnson reaches on the throwing error as Ellie Southern stands in on third base. We'll go to Hatley on the scoreboard. Who's the error on?
That's a throwing error on the pitch.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
She had time to get that one over there and just threw it wide.
Yep. Wide left. It's now a meeting in
like
the
Scott
circle.
Norwood in the Super Bowl.
So next up to the plate will be Courtney Fletcher with runners on the corners.
Did you like that reference, Joe?
Courtney Fletcher is not going to be heading up to the plate. It looks like there's a pinch runner or pinch hitter in. Can you tell who that is?
Couldn't be Schlosser.
It doesn't look like Schlosser.
And the only two they...
Oh, no, it's Courtney. She had just walked off. She had just wandered off to her coach. Yeah, my bad.
Well, this could be a bunt
Fletcher
situation here.
She is showing bunt, pulls it back. It nearly hit her foot. And...
oh, the umpire's calling in the crew.
Courtney did not
I wonder if it hit her
act
in the
like
foot.
it hit her.
This is where we need instant replay.
High school softball instant replay would be
well,
great.
no contact. Going to be 1-0. Fletcher will step back up to the plate.
So the 1-0 count for number 1 as she steps in. Showing bunt again, pulls it back in time, 2-0. Two balls,
well, they're trying
no
to get
strikes.
Fletcher to lay down a bad pitch and pop it up. That's what the high pitch on a bunt attempt is for, is to try to get the batter to pop it up.
Fletcher has been walked 12 times this year, shows bunt, pulls it back, 3-0, and the runner will advance to second on a wild pitch. Mac Johnson in scoring position. At 3-0 count, Ellie Southern is on third. Huge moment in the game with no outs on the board. 4-2 lead for West Wilkes, but it's in jeopardy.
Well, 3-0.
Fletcher steps in.
More than likely going to get a strike. Let Fletcher swing away here. She's been showing bunt.
Fletcher takes it high, and Fletcher loads the bases. The walk there for Fletcher. She's on base for the first time tonight. And now Riley Cope will head up to the plate. She is 0 for 2. Bases are loaded.
Well, Riley Cope, who has the smallest strike zone in the mid-state, will be the hitter.
You know, one thing I hate about this being at UNCG, even though it's cool, instead of McMichael softball field, I don't get to hear Mac Johnson's, or not Mac Johnson, but Riley Cope's walk-up song, It's All Right to Be a Little Bitty.
Yeah, we do miss the walk-up songs here.
Could you sing it for us? No, I'm kidding. Please do not. He looked like he was thinking about it for a second there. I'm just.
Oh
no, Joe just turned on his
change.
As a man at 5'6", I got mad respect for that walk-up song. Let's see what Cope can do here. New pitcher is Peyton Cochran.
So with the bases loaded, new pitcher. It'll be Peyton Cochran. She's been getting it done offensively. Gotten on base every time with a single, a home run, and a walk. We'll see what she could do pitching-wise. Hatley's going to bring you the pitching stats on Kelsey Madden in just a moment. But Riley Cope will head to the plate. Big moment here for the freshman. She made a great play in right field earlier. On the run with the bases loaded. Now she's at the plate with the bases loaded. First pitch is going to be a called strike one. Number 22 in the circle. Here it comes to Cope. Cope takes it low. Thought about going for it. Opted not to. Wise decision there, 1-1. Southern at third. Johnson at second. Fletcher at first. No outs. Here it comes. Cope sends it through. It's through.
That's going to tie the game, baby.
That scores 2 runs. It's 4-4. Riley Cope, what a job.
Well, let's see what they score this
single.
I'm going to go with the official score on this one. Whatever they decide, they call it a base hit.
The base hit of her life ties it up in the 6th inning. Ellie Southern scores. Mac Johnson scores. No outs on the board. Runners on the corners. Back to the top of the lineup. It's Olivia Wilson, who is 1 for 3.
Talk about a shot in the arm for the Phoenix.
First pitch is fouled back. I agree with the call for the hit. I could see it going either way, but that was good placement there. So Olivia Wilson is at the plate. 5 for 21 in the playoffs total.
Runners in the corners. And no outs.
Huge moment here. There's the pitch. Swings on it
bad
low.
pitch to swing on.
0-2.
That one down in the dirt.
Olivia Wilson is third on the team in runs batted in. Got the runners on the corners. Here it comes. Olivia Wilson strikes out. 4-4 game here. And here comes Cora Engel, who is 3 for 3.
Well, I'll tell you, look for them. They might put her on here. You got a place to put her.
I would put her on no matter what. I mean, goodness gracious. She has been ripping teams
pitch
apart.
To her.
First pitch is going to be low and outside in the dirt of the left-handed batter's or the right-handed batter's box for Engel. Engel, who is 11 for 17 in the playoffs.
and 3 of 3 tonight.
Here's the pitch. Engel doesn't go for that one either, as that one is just a touch above the dirt. 2-0.
Well, I'll tell you.
Very patient for a power hitter. Very patient.
Oh, extremely.
Led the team in home runs and walks against West Wilkes last year, if that tells you anything.
Well, she is all the way up at the front of that catcher's box.
Takes it inside. That'll be a strike. 2-1.
I'll tell you what, if I was Cora Engel, I would step back in the box and I would tip that mitt.
She's had 3 at-bats tonight. This might be the most important one. Tie ball game, 1 out. Swings early, 2-2. So an even count now for Cora Engel. Second base, the only one empty. Here it comes. Engel pulls it foul. Almost took out one of her coaches as she puts that one in the corner.
She had a hot shot over there toward Coach Dalton.
So Engel keeps the at-bat alive.
I'll tell you, Coach Dalton still gets around real good for a guy who was coaching when I played.
Her slugging percentage this year is 107.1. It's insane. Here it comes. Pulls it again towards him, and I'm starting to think this is on purpose. I don't know. This is crazy.
Hey, you know what? Coach Dalton will take one on the noggin if it means getting ahead.
Look, I agree. I think he would, especially in the moment here. If she can put that one in play with that runner on third, they will take the lead once again. Here it comes. Sends it into center field. Tagging up and racing home is Courtney Fletcher with the score. The sac fly. RBI for Cora Engel. Scores Courtney Fletcher. And the Fighting Phoenix have taken a 5-4 lead here in game 1.
Big RBI from Cora Engel.
What a job.
And now Lindsey Redmond will step up with a runner on first and 2 out.
Here's the pitch.
Oh,
Redmond sends it into left center. Racing from third, and she's heading for home. Around third, heading for home. They score again. Riley Cope makes it all the way from first as Lindsey Redmond gets her 3rd RBI of the game. The Fighting Phoenix have erupted for 4 runs here in the 6th.
Second RBI double for Lindsey Redmond, scoring a runner from first. She's got 3 ribs on the day.
It is 6-4 in favor of the Fighting Phoenix as Ava Harris heads to the plate.
Well, Cruz will courtesy run once again for Redmond.
Harris at the plate.
Well, Ava Harris has a walk, a ground out, and a strikeout, and the doubles queen, you got to say she's due.
Sends it through for the base hit. Had no hits against this team last year, and she now might have an RBI single. It's past her at the plate. Coming in to score is Addie Cruz. Ava Harris with a huge RBI single. After going 0 for 6 against this team last year, she finally gets it done. And it is 7-4 in favor of the Fighting Phoenix.
And Lizzie Wilson will come up. She's walked, struck out, and grounded out.
Addie Cruz scores her first run of the playoffs as Lizzie Wilson heads up to the plate. Lizzie Wilson swung on that one a touch too early.
Now, Cockerham took something off of that one. Wilson way ahead of it.
So Lizzie Wilson stands in, the Mount Olive commit. Going to play D2 down in Wayne County. Here's the pitch. Thought about it. It's a called
there's
strike.
no way she went on that.
So a called strike for Lizzie Wilson. Here with 2 outs.
Wow.
Runner in scoring position, Ava Harris. Here it comes.
Missed outside.
Outside. Lizzie Wilson has not hit in this game. She's had hits in her last 11 playoff games. Every playoff game since sophomore year, she has gotten a base hit. Let's see if she continues that here in Game 1 of the championship series. Here's the pitch. It goes low. 2-1. Home plate ump actually holds up 2 fingers on his left hand and 2 fingers on his right hand. So we've got an even count here.
Yep, 2-2.
Lizzie Wilson chops that one over to short, trying to outrun it. She does not. The 6-3. But the best inning thus far for the Fighting Phoenix. 5 runs. Makes it a 7-4 lead for the Fighting Phoenix. They do an incredible job. The first 3 runners get on base. Riley Cope with a huge 2 RBI single. The freshman with her first championship series hit drives in 2 runs. Lindsey Redmond gets an RBI single with 2 outs on the board. After Cora Ingles' RBI, and Ava Harris gets an RBI as well. So 3 batters in a row get runs batted in. Total hits on the inning will be 3. I believe there were 2 errors. Am I wrong? 2?
2.
2 errors, and just 1 runner is left on base. But they got to take care of it here. Bottom of the 6th on the way. Last year's game, it looked like a team had it in the bag about 8 different times. And it's only a 3-run ball game. This one living up to its billing, gentlemen. So Lindsey Redmond returns to the mound for another inning of work. She's given up 7 hits in 5 innings pitched. Giving up 4 earned runs thus far. First at the plate, it'll be Zoe Woodruff from Wilkes County. 71 degrees and cloudy here in the borough. Stepping in is Woodruff. Woodruff takes the first pitch for ball 1. 1-0 count. Second pitch is going to be low, 2-0.
Wow.
Just 6 outs left for West Wilkes. Down by 3 runs. Here's the pitch. It goes high, 3-0.
I think this is the first time all game that Redmond's fallen behind to a hitter 3-0.
That pitch is going to make it 3-1. Three-one count as Lindsey Redmond.
Next pitch will be number 100 for Redmond.
Sends it outside for the walk. Zoe Woodruff makes it to first base as Kelsey Madden heads up to the plate.
Well, that's going to bring up Kelsey Madden. Madden 0-2 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a sacrifice.
Drills it to center field.
over the
McMichael
head.
on the run, has to grab it at the warning track. The throw in, it'll hold up the runners. But now runners on second and third after the big double from Kelsey Madden. Kaylee Pilkington up next. Line out to short in the first inning, a ground out to second in the third, a walk in the fourth. As she heads up to the plate officially 0 for 2. Pilkington nails that one. It is going to go just foul. Ooh, that was scary. Nailed it. That would have tied up the ball game as it sent over the fence. Just a few feet left of the foul pole.
I'll tell you, that's the one spot on the field that we can't see from our vantage is that left field corner.
We just
Coach Casto is going to come out.
Having some words with Redmond. So 7-4 lead for the McMichael Fighting Phoenix over West Wilkes. 2 seed versus 2 seed. No outs on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks for joining us here on RoCo Radio, Facebook, YouTube, Substack, RoCoRadio.com. We are so happy to have you along as we are nearing the 2-hour mark of this ball game.
Well, we've seen this situation a little bit too much tonight, partner.
Yep.
Runners in scoring position, nobody out.
But there's only 4 runs on the board for West Wilkes. Haven't taken advantage every time. Here's the pitch. Lindsay sends it down the middle for a strike.
Great pitch in a pressure situation from Redmond. Enter third right at the knees.
Here it comes. Fouled off.
Woo.
She almost took out her coach. Jogging over to retrieve it is Ellie Southern.
Well, a
Still
hot
0-2.
shot over at the opening to the dugout. And Coach Dalton over there, he's in.
0-2. That one's going to be sent foul towards right field. So just a devastating at bat if you're Pilkington, because you almost got the home run of your life to tie the game. She keeps putting nice swing on it. It's just going to the wrong spot.
Hey, I mean, she's up there battling. That's what you got to do as a hitter. You know, already 4 pitches in the at-bat. Running up Redmond's pitch count.
Pilkington sends it through for a base hit. That'll score 1 run. Holding up the second run with the throw in from left is Mac Johnson. But there are now runners on second and third with a run scored. It's 7-5.
Next to the Blackhawks, number 1, Addison.
Pilkington gets her first base hit of the ball game. It's an RBI to whittle the lead down to 2 for the Fighting Phoenix. As
Courtesy runner will be Ava Caton.
For the Blackhawks, get number 15, Ava Caton.
Addison Newens heads up to the plate. 1 of 3 on the night. Has not gotten a hit since her RBI single in the first. Put West Wilkes on top initially. There's been 3 lead changes since then. Here it comes. Down the middle, just a bit low. And we're still waiting. Eventually, we can safely say it's a ball. 1-0. That one's going to be chopped foul, 1-1. Still got runners on second and third. Kelsey Madden over at third. And Kaylee Pilkington's pinch runner, Ava Caton, is at second. 7-5 ball game, no outs as that one's fouled back, 1-2. Lindsay Redmond's pitch count into the triple digits, well above it. What's she at now?
109.
She's still got to pitch 1, potentially 2 games tomorrow.
Well, they don't focus as much on pitch counts in softball as you do baseball.
Here it comes. That one's going to be sent towards center, and it drops. A bloop RBI single will make it a 7-6 ball game. And it is now 7-6 with no outs on the board as Peyton Cockrum heads up to the plate, and she has been on fire this ball game. 2 for 2. Solo shot home run. She's got a walk as well, a stolen base. She's now got 2 runners on, down by just 1 run, and a ton of momentum on West Wilkes' side. Here's the pitch. Swung on.
Oh, nice.
10 minutes too early.
Speed pitch.
0-1.
That one came in at city speed limit speed.
Speed of a called strike. Here it comes.
Another one.
Speed of a called strike. Got her. 0-2.
Steady dive to off speed. 2 in a row.
Here it comes.
Oh,
and
got
missed.
her on the fastball.
Huge strikeout. Uncontested stolen base from Newens after the strikeout. So runners in scoring position, but Leah Green heads up to the plate. 1 out on the board now after she strikes out. The one with the hot hand on this ball game.
4th strikeout for Redmond, 206 on the season.
That one goes low, and it
the
gets
legs,
past
Wilson.
her. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wild pitch, run scored. Ties up the game at 7 apiece with just 1 out on the board, and now Newens heads to 3rd. They got to hold on tightly to this lead.
Official scorer scored that one a passed ball.
So 7-7 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch, fouled back. 0-1, 1-1 rather. Here it comes. That one is nailed. Is it going to be in? It is fair. It is a 2-run homer. West Wilkes matches the 5 runs from the top half of the 6th by the Phoenix with 5 runs of their own here in the bottom half as Leah Green sends a 2-run homer over the left field wall and makes it a 9-7 West Wilkes lead. Up at the plate, Albie Nichols.
Nichols 1 of 3.
First pitch going to go high, 1-0. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Here comes the pitch. It is going to be grounded straight to Ellie Southern. Taps on the bag. They ground out to first. Puts 2 outs on the board. Kendall Wayne heads up to the plate next, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch.
Wayne hitless tonight. Fly out, a ground out, was hit by a pitch.
First pitch is going to be a called strike. 0-1. Second pitch goes high. 1-1. 9-7 West Wilkes lead. 10 combined runs between this team in this inning. Here it comes.
Another called strike. Great pitch by Redmond.
1-2.
Just buries that fastball at the knees on the inner third.
The pitch, that one's going to be popped up. Ellie Southern makes the grab just beside the first base bag. And we head to All right, we're back. Technical difficulties, but we're back just in time. 7th and final inning. First pitch is going to be a slow roller, but she's thrown out. Ellie Southern is out at first on the 4-3. That'll bring up Mac Johnson to the plate. Last year in this ball game, heading into the top of the 7th, McMichael was down by a run. They put 3 runs on the board, and then West Wilkes put up 2 runs of their own to push it to extras. Mac Johnson heads up to the plate, down 9 runs to 7 as West Wilkes leads McMichael. Showing bunt, touches her bat, but goes back into the backstop, 0-1 count.
Well, Mac Johnson reached on an error in her only at bat of the game. Laid down a good bunt trying to move up Ellie Southern. Was successful after the throwing error.
0-1 count, swung on and missed by Mac Johnson, 0-2. Mac Johnson steps back in.
Down 0-2, tough spot.
Here comes the pitch. It'll be a bounce pass, 1-2.
Little ball hit the big ball.
Got Peyton Cockrum in the circle here in inning number 7.
And she came into a bases loaded situation in the 6th.
Here's the pitch. Chops it, and she's going to try to outrun it. She's out. The 2-3 sends McMichael down to their final out here in the top of the 7th.
Now Courtney Fletcher will try to start a rally on 2 here for the Phoenix.
Courtney Fletcher moves up to the plate with 2 outs on the board. Down by 2 runs in the top of the 7th here in game 1. No runners on. Pitch number 1 of the at-bat. Decides not to swing. It'll be ball 1.
Looks like it missed high.
1-0 count for Courtney Fletcher. Takes this one low at the feet. Good decision there. It is now a 2-0 count. Riley Cope in the on-deck circle had that 2 RBI single in the 6th inning. It tied it up at the time. Back in is Courtney. The pitch. Didn't go for it. Check swing, but it fouled off her bat to make it 2-1.
Well, she didn't even break her hands across the plate. I've got to wonder how a ball contacts the bat with your hands still behind your shoulders.
I don't know. 2-1 is the count. Potentially the final at bat. Fletcher fouls it off again, 2-2. No runners on the base paths.
And the Phoenix down to their last strike.
In game 1 of the 3A softball state championship series. Peyton Cockrum trying to end it. Fletcher steps in. Here it goes. Fletcher watches it go by. The punch out. Wes Wilkes comes back from down 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they put away the Fighting Phoenix for game 1 to take a 1-0 series lead. We'll be back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. We'll be starting our Cooler Ice pregame show at 1:30 for game 2 of the state championship series. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow for the Fighting Phoenix, letting that one slip away. They put 5 runs on the board in the top of the 6th. But West Wilkes responded with 5 runs of their own in the bottom of the 6th to earn the 9-7 win. It lived up to the hype of what we thought it would be. But ultimately, the Fighting Phoenix go down 1-0 in the series. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Cooler Ice. If you're looking for a fresh ice and water option that's ready when you are, Cooler Ice is countywide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Maydan at 6734 NC 135 across from Walmart. Visit our local Cooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville at 1509 South Scale Street, or Two Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Cooler Ice, great tasting fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons. Cooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. So the Fighting Phoenix and the Blackhawks will be back here tomorrow for game 2. And if the Fighting Phoenix get the win, they will be playing tomorrow evening at either 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock. That is to be determined for the state title. West Wilkes, the only softball team that won a ring last year, still competing for one as they won the 2A in 2025, trying to win the 3A in this new classification system. McMichael totaled 8 hits this ball game. They ended up leaving 7 runners on base. Meanwhile, West Wilkes was able to get 11 hits. They ended up stranding 8 runners on base. Jonathan Hatley, what's your thoughts?
Tough game, partner. It's exactly what we expected. Back and forth. Several lead changes. Neither team giving up. Just what a series opener. Now if you're McMichael, you got to regroup, rethink, come in tomorrow with the mentality that you just got to win 2 games. Not much else can be said. most of the Phoenix production, all but one hit coming from the top 4 batters in the order. The bottom of the order is going to have to get something going tomorrow. They need some production. Aside from that, Redmond did a pretty good job pitching to contact. West Wilkes was finding the holes. 11 hits in the game. They hit the ball well, which we expected. I guess we'll be back tomorrow to see what happens.
One thing we know about this team, the Phoenix have life because all they do is fight. If there's any team that we know can do it, come back tomorrow, get that win in game 1, force a game 2. Anything can happen in a game clinching scenario.
Oh, yeah.
It's this team. They shouldn't hold their heads down. They played as hard as they could out there. They left it all out there. This is a series that is going to come down to the last at bat. These two teams are too talented to just lay it out there one game. I expect tomorrow for the Phoenix to bounce back. It's not going to be easy to get that first game 2, but I know they have it in them to do it. And we'll see how they bounce back tomorrow, but you gotta love the effort from both teams.
Oh, yeah.
How about the freshman coming inside the circle for West Wilkes? She inherited a nightmare scenario. Game gets tied. She works the end of the game and does a good job to get out of some of the trouble. And overall great game. That's what we expected. These two teams are going to leave it all on the field. Proud of our Phoenix tonight. Blackhawks fans should be proud of their team, obviously getting the win here in game 1. But the series is far from over. I can't wait for game 2 tomorrow.
Well, Madden gave up 5 runs over 5 innings, struck out 6, 4 runs earned. Phenomenal performance from a freshman pitcher in her first state championship. Had good placement all night. I'll tell you, the zone seemed to narrow a little bit as the game went on. And to make the adjustment to pitch in those conditions when you're getting squeezed a little bit, good job by both teams making that adjustment. And we'll see what adjustments that both teams make for tomorrow. You've got to figure that the Phoenix are going to go with Redmond. And I'll tell you, the Blackhawks, they could go with Cochran. They could go with Madden again. Madden, sure what her pitch count was. I think it was about 107. Yeah, 107 for her, 30 for Cochran. Meanwhile, Lindsey Redmond went the distance for the Phoenix. She threw 123 tonight, so short night for her. Cochran should be fresh, only having delivered 30 pitches tonight. If they decide to go that route. Lindsey Redmond, I hope she can go home, ice the arm down, get some rest, because she's going to have to do it again tomorrow.
Early on for Lindsey, the strike zone, she was nailing it. She looked extremely on. Location was good, but, in a game like a playoff game like this, you expect to see some of those runs on the board midway through the game, and Lindsey hung in there. I expect the Bulldog to be back and just as sharp tomorrow. She's a competitor. This is what it's all about for her, and I can't wait to see how she responds to this game. And we saw what happened in Game 2 last year for Rockingham County. I'm kind of expecting something similar. I know these offenses have put on displays.
I'll tell you.
But that first game, there's going to be some jitters in the first couple innings. There's going to be strong pitching from both sides. It's what offense responds first in Game 2 that might be the difference.
I think it's fairly well known in war history, right? You fight the hardest when your back's against the wall. These Fighting Phoenix, they're going to fight their hardest.
Yeah, and they've got the advantage of being the home team for Game 2 tomorrow. You get to get out there, try to get the first 3 outs, put them in a hole early. and then get the bats going. The top of the order tonight for the Phoenix were good. Olivia Wilson with a single and a run scored. Cora Engel with 3 hits and a sacrifice fly, going 3 for 3. Lindsey Redmond, a couple of doubles and a walk with 3 RBIs. Ava Harris picking up an RBI late. That top 4 for the Phoenix just was on tonight. But as I said earlier, the bottom of the order is going to have to get something going tomorrow. They need contributions through all 9 to beat this Blackhawk team.
And I think your keys in the pregame sticks to tomorrow. You got to score early. You got to set the tone in Game 2 to get to Game 3.
Absolutely. Put them in a hole early, hold the lead, hold the line. You know, if you can, you know, it'd be a tall order against this Blackhawk team. But, you know, get up 10 in 5 innings, get it over a little bit early, save your arms, save your bats, and come out Game 3, and it's a winner-take-all.
So that'll do it. Rough ending, but I wouldn't say it's entirely surprising. If you would have told us before the game both of these teams are going to score exactly 5 runs apiece in the 6th inning, it would be like, yeah, that sounds about right. So it's 9-7 final score. And
for the first time in the now will be 3-game series going back to last year, their game in the playoffs, McMichael will have the last chance at the plate.
Yes.
I think that's so imperative to remember, and I'm not sure who won the coin toss for Game 3. We'll try and get that information to you right away in our pregame show tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow afternoon either way.
But McMichael gets the last chance at the dish, and that's going to be key to set the tone to get to Game 3. Our Phoenix could do it. I'm feeling it. I know it. I'm not giving up on this team. You shouldn't either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And 9-7, when you hear about a 9-7 baseball game, it's like a 1-point basketball game. It's like, okay, it could have gone either way. That's a coin flip of a game. This easily could have went the Fighting Phoenix way. Their body language after the game, they're feeling it for tomorrow. I can just tell. I can tell.
Well, we'd like to thank the 150-plus that we had listening at some point during the game. Thank you all for listening in. Thanks to our sponsors, Cooler Ice, North Star Driving School, and we look forward to being back at UNCG tomorrow.
Yes, we do. So special thanks to Cooler Ice for making this broadcast possible. Thank you to Joe Dexter for letting me call the action. Really appreciate it. And special thanks to Jonathan Hatley for being here, calling the action, keeping up with every pitch. That'll do it for us here on RoCo Radio. Join us again tomorrow at 1:30 on the RoCo Radio pregame show for Game 2 of the series as West Wilkes tries to close it out and McMichael tries to keep it going. A 9-6 West Wilkes victory here on Friday night in Greensboro. Thanks for joining us. Join us tomorrow at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Game 1 of the 3A State Championship Series between McMichael and West Wilkes. Join us tomorrow as we bring you Game 2 and Game 3, if necessary, from UNCG. And join us for our pregame show, brought to you by Cooler Ice. Tonight's coverage was brought to you by the folks that bring you fresh ice and water, and it's ready whenever you are. Cooler Ice is county-wide. Find fresh ice and water at Little Caesars Pizza in Mayodan, near Dalton McMichael High School, at 6734 NC 135, across from Walmart. And visit our local Cooler Ice dispenser at Schul's Home, 1635 Freeway Drive in Reedsville. And for all your ice and water needs, you can also find us at Penrose Car Wash in Reedsville at 1509 South Scale Street, or 2 Rivers Plaza in Eden at 307 West Meadow Road. Get Cooler Ice, great tasting, fresh ice, available 24/7 at all 4 locations. 16 pounds or 32 pounds, plus premium water by the gallon or 5 gallons at Cooler Ice, fresh and ready when you are. Join us tomorrow afternoon for Game 2 here on all of our platforms on RoCo Radio. Glad to have you along for Game 1. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon from UNCG here on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. Have a good night, everybody.